Recording. Come on, show me that music. Show me that live. Come on, are we in? We got sound. I see sound. Welcome in, guys. Hello, everybody. My name's Andy Zhu. In case you haven't been here before, in case you haven't caught me live, I am the host of Gen Z Rebuilds. What do we talk about here at Gen Z Rebuilds? We talk about money. We talk about the future of the world. We talk about rebuilding the world and your wallet, right? We talk stocks, finance, and cryptocurrency and real estate, right? This is a lot going on right now, especially right now in the cryptocurrency space. We have had huge falls, right? In the cryptocurrency space. That's probably the majority of the topic that we're going to be covering tonight is crypto. What the hell just happened? Why did Bitcoin fall from what, 60 grand to 30 grand overnight, right? I woke up this morning, I saw the crypto portfolio was wiped out. What happened? Why did that happen? We're going to be discussing all of that today, right? And should you be buying? Is crypto dead? Are we ever going to see it go up again? Is the bull market over? That's the question, right? And not only is crypto down, man, but stocks big down as well. So everything's super down. So let's figure it out. Let's figure it out together. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by, right? So let's see. What are the impetus? Why has Bitcoin been bad for the past week, right? What has been the impetus, right? The number one impetus, of course, first was our boy ELON MUSK. What does that spell? It spells market manipulation, right? DeMorcas buying. You better know I'm buying DeMorcas, and we're gonna talk about why. This morning I bought $1,000 worth this morning. Oh God, the capitalist is back. It's X602G19. Is that me? Am I am I the capitalist? You'd be surprised. 602. Anyway, the idea here, right? The idea here behind Bitcoin, behind Ethereum, why everything is selling off. Is why? Because Elon Musk made a big tweet last week. And what did Elon Musk say, right? Elon Musk said, oh, Tesla is not going to accept Bitcoin anymore for purchases of its cars, right? Tesla is not going to accept Bitcoin for the purchases of the cars. That is a problem for Bitcoin, right? Because the number one Bitcoin shill on Twitter, right? You're not surprised. You were telling people to hoard property the other day. 602, my friend, love you very much. That's not what I was saying. And I said, you'd be surprised at what I actually think. That's all I'm going to say to you right now, right? Anyway, the point is to say that what was happening with the Bitcoin process, right? What was happening with the Bitcoin process is Elon Musk was really negative about it on Twitter and stuff was starting to fall. That's no good, right? That's not good for people who want to own Bitcoin. Party Mama says, hi Andy, glad to see my TikTok friend. Hi Party Mama. Tark the House says, yo. Hello Tark the House. Nice to see you guys. Welcome back in, right? Obviously, that's not good for the Bitcoin price, right? So that had caused a major crash, obviously, over the past week. But what caused the major crash last night? Into last night and into this morning, right? Today, May 19th. Last night into this morning, we had this major crash. And with the Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these other cryptocurrencies were down probably over 50%. Some of them are still down over 50%. And why? What was the impetus behind that? The number one impetus behind that, y'all, number one reason behind that was because of China. Oh gosh, everything happens because of China, you know, in the cryptocurrency space, because they have a lot of people, they have a lot of investors, right? And what did they say? What happened from China to cause a major flash crash in cryptocurrency today, right? What happened? Well, what happened is that China announced one of its, I think it was the federal bank, whatever that equivalent to the Federal Reserve Bank of the United States is for China, announced that they that they would not allow cryptocurrencies in their financial institutions. And that caused everybody to panic sell, and panic sell really hard. That's what happened today and last night, right? That's what they announced. And I want to talk to you guys about what that really means. And hopefully, if you and my friends here who own any crypto, I hope you didn't sell in the panic, because a lot of people sold off. And this is the danger of investing, right? This is the danger and difficulty of running into investments here. It is you know, it is subject to a lot of swings. It is really dangerous. If you're not emotionally prepared to own cryptocurrency, you're going to get taken to the cleaners. And that's the honest to goodness truth, because you will see that thing go up 30-40% in a day. It will go down 30-40% in a day. Hodl, says Spicy Spaghetti, right? So if I hope that no one is panic selling out here, and that we're making rational decisions, right? Investing is about managing your emotions. So what is the real effect of what the China announcement said? That their financial institutions are not going to be buying, that their financial institutions are not going to be accepting or allowed to use cryptocurrency. What is the effect, right? Actually, in reality, the effect is close to zero. So if you go look at their announcement and you go look at what has actually been happening right now, currently in the cryptocurrency space in China, their major government level financial institutions are not accepting cryptocurrency right now, regardless. Oh, they're not. There's really no difference. This is really more of just a policy stance that the federal government said of China, but nothing has changed. It's not like all of a sudden they banned a bunch of institutions and they forced a lot of people to sell out, right? That didn't happen. It is not a problem right now. Like, there's no fundamental change. It's just a messaging change. And that's the thing to understand too. When you're buying into something like cryptocurrency that has most of its value is derived, of course, off of people's belief in it, having a change in messaging can cause people to panic and sell, right? Unique Soul says, yes, but why wouldn't we sell before it got so low? Then we can buy even lower than we had it for. Unique Soul 227. So, okay, Unique Soul 227 is talking about sell, and then hopefully it keeps falling, and then you rebuy in, right? So, that's for, if you have no extra money on the sidelines, then maybe yes, that's what you have to do, right? Everyone knew China wouldn't use Bitcoin. They have their own national crypto they're building, 602G. Yes, they are building their own national cryptocurrency. They're building their own central bank digital coin. Like, nothing has fundamentally changed about the cryptocurrency space, right? Literally nothing has fundamentally changed. It's just that messaging announcement. So that's why we are able, hopefully, to take advantage of that emotional crash. People panic sold, and that's what happened, right? And we've bounced back up from the bottom. We bounced back up maybe into 10-20% from that bottom. But the question is it going to continue to go up? Is it going to continue to go down? And so the Spicy Spaghetti is asking that, and we're going to get to that, right? At first, I want to answer the question about selling right when it's falling and then rebuying in lower. I want to caution you against that. Who was the person that asked that, right? It was Unique Soul 2027. You asked, why shouldn't we sell when it's falling and buy again when it's lower? Do you know my answer for you is that it's very hard to do that. It is so hard to time the bottom. If you can time the bottom, oh my gosh, you're going to make lots of money. But I'm never going to advise you, and I hope that you don't try to just physically yourself time the bottom, because that's something very, very hard to do. It is very, very hard for you to go out and say, I know exactly where the bottom is. I'm going to sell when it's falling and I'm going to buy right in, because who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Is it going to go back up? Like, the only thing you really know is whether or not the overall thing is fallen at a discount, right? That's the idea. It's like when I bought Bitcoin this morning, I was going to buy at 30K, which was the low, right? I saw it reach 29. So this is what happened exactly this morning. I woke up at 8 o'clock. I looked up because I made a purchase last night. I saw things were falling last night. I bought Bitcoin at 39, okay? And then I woke up this morning and I saw Bitcoin was at 30. And I was like, oh my gosh, is it going to keep falling? Is this 2017? Someone asked, is this 2017 flashbacks when Bitcoin fell from $20,000 down to like $5,000 in like a week, right? Is this 2017? Is this happening all over again? So I didn't know. I had no idea. So I didn't buy in at 30. But actually it bounced right back up from 30 and was hovering around 34, 35 for a while. I bought at 35. So I made a big buy here at 35. So the question is, right? can you time the bottom, right? And I couldn't, right? I was literally looking at it, trying to read the charts, trying to read the volume, trying to figure out what was going to happen, and then it bounced up. I missed my opportunity, right? Sometimes you have to get over the fact it's like, oh, you, of course, if you bought at the bottom and you sold at the top, every single time you would never lose money, you'd make infinite profit, essentially. But can you do that? Do you know? You don't. And so sometimes you have to just make the call. Is this a good enough price for me to buy? Is this a good enough price for me to enter? Do I still believe in the fundamentals of the cryptocurrency? Do I still are the things that I wanted to buy before, are they the same or have they changed? And the fundamentals have changed. If something has changed about it, that's a reason potentially not to buy or to buy at a lower price. But all of a sudden, you know, if the fundamentals haven't changed, but you still can get into it, then that's where you want to do, right? S602G says you don't need to time the bottom, ladder yourself down and ladder up. 602G, yeah, I totally agree with that. I do totally agree with that, right? That's what I said. I bought at 39, right? It's not hit back at 39. Am I upset with my purchase? No, because when I bought at 39 last night, I had no idea it would fall to 30. So when I said, okay, it's going to fall to 30, I'm going to double down and buy more. And that's exactly what happened. So again, you know, I want to caution everyone here and say, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I own Bitcoin, and like if I'm pumping it, then I could be manipulating you, right? So that is, I want to say that every time I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So it's very, very clear that I own that, so that, you know, you have that information for yourself. But, right? If you're laddering up and down, as 602 says, then that's how you really want to be approaching this opportunity, right? Identify, okay, Bitcoin falls 25%, it falls 30%, it falls 50%. Let me put money in at every time, right? And then you're not going to have to try to perfectly time the bottom, and you're going to be able to still be getting in at a good price, right? Do you think that Ethereum Classic will always trend up with Ethereum, says Spicy Spaghetti? No, Spicy Spaghetti, I do not. Ethereum Classic has been seeing a lot of gains recently because Ethereum has been seeing a lot of gains, but it's more off the speculation play rather than the fundamental play. Ethereum has fundamentals. It does something. A lot of protocols use it. It is very important, right? Most of the protocols in the cryptocurrency space are based off of Ethereum, right? Compared to Ethereum Classic. What's the problem with Ethereum Classic? They don't really have a lot of stuff. They're really kind of just a money value asset play, more than the technology piece behind Ethereum Classic. They're related insofar as, yeah, people will sometimes see Ethereum and they buy ETC by accident, and people try to trend it alongside each other a little bit, but I'm not super big on Ethereum Classic, to be quite honest. And that's why you've seen Ethereum Classic got wrecked way more than Ethereum did, because Ethereum Classic way more speculative, right? Or 602G says, HODL and realize that money doesn't exist. Labor is the only thing that creates value. 602G, that's what I'm saying, man. or gal or whoever, right? Like, you know, you'd be surprised is all I'm gonna say to you, right? Anyway, after it's hack, Caltex Tech. Caltex Tech showing up. How you doing, Caltex Tech? Howdy from Texas. Nice to see you. Always nice to see you. After its hack has scared you. Spicy Spaghetti 20. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Ethereum Classic versus Ethereum, that's why there was a big hack, and that's why there was a big fork, right? Do I foresee increasing soon, says Hair by Julissa Victoria. Are these cryptocurrencies gonna increase soon? I mean, like, compared to where they were this morning, they've already increased quite a bit, right? Bitcoin from 30 up to 37. Let me see what the prices are right now. Ethereum up to 24 from 2000, right? Cardano up to $1.50 from, Cardano hit $1.10, y'all. And if I had seen that when Cardano hit $1.10, that's one of those things that I probably would have put my, just liquidate all the money I have and just put it in there and just close my eyes and never look at it again. I mean, that's what the opportunity we have here, guys, is as long as you still believe, right? As long as you still believe in the fundamental reasons why you were buying it or you were interested in cryptocurrency from before, and nothing has changed, then the only thing has changed is the price. And this is the perspective, this is the thought process I want you to be having, right? Spicy Spaghetti, thank you for the presence. I share you, says Cardano hit 99. hurts my feelings, iSherry. I would have bought if I had seen it. But I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to pull the trigger. And then you miss opportunities like that, right? But that is the perspective you want to have, right? If you believe in it, if you still believe in it the same way, you still believe in these cryptocurrencies the same way, the only thing that has changed is the price. The only thing that has changed is the price. And then if the only thing that's changed is the price is better, you gotta start accumulating, because this is how you have to be able to buy on the red days, right? It is the scariest thing in the entire world. It is the scariest thing in the entire world if you are looking at cryptocurrency and you're like, oh my gosh, everything is red today. Can I possibly buy? Is it going to fall more? That's not what you should be thinking. You should be thinking is like, if I bought now, would I be happy with the price? Right? Because I think it's going to go up again later, right? Because I believe in it long term, this long-term thinking. So if you think that, if you say, hey, this is a good price, right? Whether or not it falls more should be irrelevant to you, because that's going to happen in the short term, but in the long term, you think it's going to go up, right? And obviously you have to believe in it. And this is why we talk about the fundamentals. We talk about the technicals. We talk about the momentum. We talk about who's investing in it and why, right? Because we need to understand all of that. I don't want you to don't be buying, please, do not buy anything, or do not go off of someone like me on the internet's advice just because they, are charismatic and they talk fast on a camera, right? Don't go out and buy anything for that reason. Understand, I want you to go out and empower you to understand that for yourself, right? You're scared, but you held and buy the dip. What is that? Elmer Zach, good for you, Elmer Zach. Like, it is scary. It is so emotionally scary when you see your portfolio is red, and it's like, am I really about to put in more money when something is falling? And you're like, am I stupid? But that's the thing. That's the thing about humans. That's the thing about humans is that the humans as investors make silly decisions all the time. So who were the people panic selling out of Bitcoin, right? The people who were scared. They were like, oh my gosh, it's gonna fall more, right? So if you sell when it's falling, you have to rebuy, right? Please rebuy, because otherwise you're just losing money, right? Otherwise you're just losing money. And obviously if you're taking profits, it's a different story. If you bought in really cheap and you see it start to sell and you're taking profits, it's a different story. But if you're selling below where you bought it in, you better be prepared to redeploy that money if it goes lower, and not just sit on the sidelines forever and just take a loss. It's like that's what's happening if you do that, right? That's what I'm saying. Humans are irrational. We buy when it's going up and we sell when it's going down, right? We really should be doing the opposite. We should be selling when it's going up. We should be buying when it's going down, because then you're buying it at a better price and you're selling it when the price is going up too, right? That's kind of the philosophy you want to cultivate for yourself as much as possible, right? You bought today for 9 years down the road, says iSherry. Well, 9 years from now, I am going to say is a very long way away. A lot can happen between now and then. But in the 1 year, 2 year term, I'm confident in it. That's why I'm putting my money behind it, right? There are too many people, right? There are too many people. Abby Dahlia, you already lost $1,000. As long as you didn't sell out, Abby Dahlia, do you believe in it, right? Do you believe it's going to go up? If you don't believe it's going to go up, then fine, sell out of it, right? But you have to question yourself. You have to look at the price chart, right? Do you think it's going to go back up? If you bought Bitcoin, do you think it's going to go back up to 60? You bought Ethereum, do you think it's going to go back up to 4,000? Do you think so, or do you not think so? That's the question you need to answer for yourself. And if you can answer for yourself, if you don't think so, you should sell out. Genuinely, honestly, but you need to figure that out for yourself, what that price target you think is going to happen, right? But I think most people are seeing this and seeing this opportunity, as an opportunity to accumulate, an opportunity to buy more. Elon, y'all, is manipulating the crap out of this stuff. He literally tweets, oh, I don't like Bitcoin, and then he tweets today, it's like, haha, I never sold any Bitcoin. Bitcoin, does better because of it, right? I mean, I'm sure I would bet money on it that he bought at this dip. I would bet money on it. Maybe not in Tesla, the Tesla balance sheet, but personally, I'm sure he did it, right? I'm sure he did it. Hi, Andy, says Pezzy Sue. Nice to see you, Pezzy Sue. Your Tesla comes in next month. You got a payment to make? Yes, you do, dial-up internet. What platform do you recommend to buy Cardano? Mathesu. There's a lot of platforms to buy Cardano, Mathesu. You can buy it on most decentralized exchanges. The easiest way probably is Coinbase, which is only on Coinbase Pro, I believe. Pro.coinbase.com, which is the same account as your Coinbase, but you just have to type in the word pro before Coinbase.com, or it is a separate app, right? You bought the dip. Me and your crypto and your one GameStop are going down with the ship, Pezzy Sue. Me and you we're in the trenches together, right? I also won games have the share of GameStop holder. My dad actually we had two shares of GameStop. My dad had the other share. He sold out of it. I said, Dad, how could you? You abandoned me. But I still have my one share. Do I like XLM? I do like XLM. And so this is what I'm trying to look at today, guys, and actually monitoring pretty heavily. I'm looking at a lot of these coins. I'm looking at Ethereum. I'm looking at Bitcoin, looking at Cardano, looking at Polkadot, looking at XLM. I'm looking at basic attention token. These are the tokens that I'm looking at right now. And I'm trying to see what I think is a good price and entry point. And honestly, it's not a bad price to enter into any of these. But, you know, when you have limited funds, you want to try to pick the best coin to get into, right? Have I heard of Coin Metro? It's a crypto exchange. East affiliate. I have not. I have not heard of Coin Metro. Spicy Spaghetti says, talking about the AMC short talk. Well, Spicy Spaghetti, AMC's been rallying up again because people still are down on AMC. Personally, I am down on AMC too, but that doesn't mean if the short interest comes and people just start buying it up that they can't squeeze it up again. AMC obviously has been doing well over the past couple of days, so good for them, right? And my AMC hodlers in here, I know I have a couple of you all. I know you guys shill the AMC for me all the time, so hopefully you guys are doing well. I really want that to happen. But, you know, as far as Stellar Lumens go, I do really like Stellar Lumens. Stellar Lumens is one of the cryptos that I you know, held for a while. You know, I at 43 cents, I do think it's a decent opportunity. I might be waiting it for it to fall maybe another 10% for me to get in. But then again, right, is that too greedy, right? You always have to balance that greed of wanting a good deal, wanting to buy something really low, and being content with the gains that you're going to get, right? You're never going to time the bottom. You're never going to buy at the optimal price. And a lot of the times your greed is going to make you just lose out, right? That's what happened after both the stock market and the housing prices after the 2008-2009 crash, right? People were like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna wait for another correction. I'm gonna wait to buy the dip again. What if the dip never comes, right? The dip, so, and to be fair, cryptocurrency is different from stocks and real estate because those had a long march up to the top, and people were sitting on the sidelines because they were like, I'm ready to buy in low. Well, actually, that sounds like you're being safe, but that sometimes can be being greedy, right? Because that's a philosophy that's kind of hard to understand sometimes. If you're only trying to buy things at an incredible deal, at incredible rates, at an incredible price, then you're missing out on all the times you can be buying something at a great price or a decent price or even just an okay price, right? And as long as you're buying it, at least a minimum an okay price, hopefully you're going to be doing well for the long term. And obviously I'm going to say crypto is different from all the rest of those because it is so volatile. You can pretty much bet on the fact that a 10% swing from its current given price is probably 50% likely to happen within a given day. It's pretty likely to happen. But, you can't depend on it. You can't depend on it. You have to make peace with yourself of the gains that you want to see. How much percentage do I need to buy into? What are my profit-taking strategies? When am I going to sell? At what price point do I think, oh, I've made enough money? Should I just go ahead and get out and wait to buy again? Well, if it keeps going up, am I going to be sad? You can't beat yourself up about it, right? You can't. You have to be able to say, stick to your strategy, make a strategy, stick to your strategy, and keep following it, right? And if you lose on your strategy, if your strategy makes you lose, question, is it the strategy? Or is it bad timing? Is it bad luck? What are, that's all the things that you're going to want to consider when it comes to that, right? Do you think that Bitcoin will retest 23,000? User 203, I really don't think so. User 203, will Bitcoin retest 23,000? I think that's very hard to see. Why? as soon you guys, and this is why, you know, you want to look at the chart. You want to start learning charts a little bit. Like charting is hard, it's complicated. A lot of times it's kind of BS. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like people can make money reading charts and making day trading and swing trading predictions. You can make money off it, but it's really hard and a lot of times BS. But it's important to be able to read it to some extent. What happened this morning? As soon as Bitcoin dipped below 30K for like 10 minutes, literally was at 29,000 for maybe 10 minutes, people bought it back up, right back up to 33 and 34, like 10% within a matter of minutes. Like, I think it's going to be really, 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 you know, heavily bought at that 29,000, 30,000 mark. I find to me very difficult to believe that people are going to let it fall to 23,000, because I'm going to be buying. If it starts falling below 30,000 again, gosh, I'm buying, right? And probably a lot of other people are buying too, right? That's something to think about there, right? How are crypto gains taxed? Dial-up internet. No one ever talks about that. Dial-up internet. So it depends on a couple things, right? First, you're from the public statement, my statement to you publicly is that you should always pay your taxes on every capital gain and every investment gain that you ever have ever, right? And you should always do that. And we love paying taxes, right? That's the public statement. And my follow-up statement to that is that there are only certain platforms that are going to track you on your gains, okay? If you are registered on Coinbase or a Kraken or another website that tracks your ID, where you sign up with your ID verification, they get your social security number. When you buy in and buy and sell out, they're tracking that, so they know what you've gained, right? And they're either going to send you, they potentially will send you an investor report summary at the end of the year, or you have to track it yourself. Because they might have to report to the government that you made gains. Let's say I buy $100 of Bitcoin in Coinbase, and it goes up, and I sell it for 150. I make $50 in profit. You're going to be taxed on that at short-term capital gains tax, which is ordinary income tax. If you hold it under a year, it is ordinary income tax. What is ordinary income tax? It is whatever your current income tax rate is. So if you're making, like 50 grand a year, it's at like 20% or whatever that is, right? 20-some%. So that is what the capital gains tax looks like there. If you hold it for a year, it's on the long-term capital gains tax, which I believe is, if you're below $40,000, I believe it's 15. I think it's between up to 400 grand, maybe it's 20%. And so that's the majority of you will be at the 20% capital gains tax if you hold for the long term. Now, that all being said, if you buy Bitcoin, you buy cryptocurrency on a decentralized exchange where your identification is not there and you buy and sell, technically there is no ability to track that or trace that back to you. Okay, so if there's no ability to trace that back to you, because technically it is anonymous on those decentralized exchanges, where you just put money in your wallet and you can sell in and buy, sell in and buy and sell and buy, then that's a different story. You should be reporting your gains on those if you make the money, is what I am saying to you publicly on this internet platform. You should be doing it. Right? Even though you don't... Am I getting my point across? On those platforms, they can't, people might not know, but you should be paying it, okay, is all I'm going to say, right? But on Coinbase Pro, on all these other ones where they take your ID, they take your social security number, you actually do need to pay. You need to make sure that you're paying that, and you set some money aside next year to pay those capital gains taxes on it, which are short-term. Bisi Maha, thank you for the flowers. I appreciate you, my friend, a lot, right? So hopefully that helps you guys a little bit. Sponsored UR percentage? Alaska Big, I'm not sponsored by anyone. If anyone's trying to sponsor, boy, I'm trying to get a neck pillow sponsorship. You see these pillows? Like, I need to stay comfortable. My neck needs to be supported. So that's what I'm going to say about that. So, Pezzy Sue, if you're paying a lot of taxes, that means you made a lot of money. Let's hope so, Pezzy Sue. I hope you all are getting those gains, right? Because that's what it's going to allow you to do a lot of different things. So, anyway, Demorcus is laughing. Yes, always looking forward to your lives. Thank you, Bissy Maha. I appreciate you very, very much. Right? I'm glad they're helpful to you. Let's see. I'm trying to go back. Okay. Gillette Marley's is asking about Doge. Gillette Marley's asking about Doge. What do we want to know about Doge, my friends? So Doge, obviously, Doge is not doing great. Doge is at 30 cents, right? Way off its high of 75 cents, right? Because it already was at 50 cents before, and then fell to 20 something, and now it's at 30. Doge, I don't know what you want me to say about it. I would not be investing in Doge right now. And the reason is that everything else is also on sale. Everything else is also way off its peak. So everything is about a risk-reward ratio. Goodness, you're intimidated to do taxes. You've done so many transfers converting, and you're in Canada. Bissy Maha, well, any of my tax information that I just talked to you about, I have no idea if that applies to you because Canada is a very different tax structure, right? What happened today in the crypto market? Samuel 101. Let's keep talking about that a little bit more, Samuel. That's what I've been covering for everybody. I want to talk about Doge a little bit here for right now, right? Better to pay higher tax than hold too long, lose games. Amelia Island vibe. I agree with that as well. It's like when you find a good profit, it's no sin to take profits even if you believe in something for the long term, right? Gillette Marley's, will it come back? Will Doge come back? That's the question. And what happened in the cryptocurrency market today, asked Samuel. We'll get to that in a second, Samuel. We'll talk about Doge first. Will it come back? I absolutely think it will come back. People and the community behind Doge is stronger than I thought. I have said on this channel many times, I personally do not invest in Doge. I'm not a big fan of it because of a lot of different reasons, because I think there's going to be a lack of institutional support. I think that there's going to be the fact that it has inflation is really bad for its tokenomics. But there's a couple bullish things that just happened to Doge recently. For example, number one, Doge is about to be listed on Coinbase. And guys, if you've been listening to me for the past couple of months, listening about Doge and Coinbase, you've known that there's a Coinbase effect. When something is listed on Coinbase, because it is the #1 cryptocurrency exchange in the United States, it's the easiest platform the majority of people to buy on. When it is suddenly listed on a platform like Coinbase, what you have allowed is you making it easier for people to buy Dogecoin. And why is that important? Because if some people are not buying Dogecoin because it is hard to buy, then all of a sudden allowing people to buy it, making it easier, unlocks latent demand. Latent demand, right? Latent just means something that is lying dormant, that is sitting there, ready to be activated, right? So if you have people who would buy Doge but can't currently because it's not on Coinbase, then all of a sudden, by allowing Doge on Coinbase, listing on Coinbase, then all of a sudden a lot more people can buy Doge. So there's a couple things that have flipped for Dogecoin that make me believe in it a little bit more. I do believe that it will start to go up. To the what price point, I'm not sure. Will it hit $1 ever? I'm not sure, right? I don't know. But all that being said is should I be investing in Dogecoin at all right now? My answer to you would be no, on a risk-reward profile, right? If you want to hold on to your Dogecoin, Bissy Maha, thank you again for the roses. I appreciate you very much. Again, I'll keep saying it, thank you. But if I were investing, Amelia Island vibe, thank you for the presents, thank you. I appreciate you, my friend. But if I'm investing right now, I'm looking at everything. All the cryptocurrencies are on sale. Now, 50% of the altcoins are off, 50% off the highs, right? Ethereum is down 40% off the highs. So is Bitcoin, down 40% off the highs. Dogecoin is down like over 50% off its highs, right? 75 cents to 33 cents. It's maybe over 60% off its high. But if everything else is down this much too, what is my risk-reward ratio for investing in Doge? You invest in Doge because you hope it pumps. You hope it pumps. People meme it to the moon, right? And then you get outside rewards. You make a riskier bet and you get paid off because you get higher percentage gains, right? That's why you invest in Doge, right? It's a little bit more speculate than invest, but there are reasons now it is becoming more bullish. That is why you put money into Dogecoin, right? You hope to get a higher return than you would if you were investing in Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? That makes sense. But if everything out there is on sale, right? Everything out here is 50% off, right, off of its peaks, off of its high, then why am I buying Dogecoin? Because a lot of those other coins have pretty much just as much ability to go up and double, right, as the Dogecoin does. So that is a lot more risk I'm taking in Dogecoin, which is, we know it's a meme coin, we know there's not a lot of institutional support, and we know that it has inflation, right? So why wouldn't I rather buy Ethereum? Why wouldn't I rather buy Cardano or Polkadot or whatever, right? Cardano, $1.50. Cardano was at what, 220? So it's down like 30-40%. It might have been, Cardano might even be higher, right? You bought Doge at the peak, Abby Dalila. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Abby. So here's the thing. Abby. If I were you, let's say I'm you, and you bought Dogecoin at its peak, there's really not a lot of reason for you to sell out unless you're trying to reinvest that money in something else, right? That's your question. Can I sell out and reinvest that money in something else that makes me more money, right? If you can do that, that's a reason to sell. But I'm not necessarily sure that that is what you want to do. Will Doge hit 60-some, 70 cents again? It probably will, honestly. Honestly, it probably will because people meme it super, super hard. The only question is when. And I have no idea on the answer of when. Is it going to be within the next couple months? Is it going to take a year? Is it going to take a couple years? I don't know. So if it's going to take a couple years, then you might want to sell out and you might want to rebuy into something else, right? That's a one consideration. But if you think it's going to happen faster, you might as well hold on to it, right? So that's a consideration that you want to be thinking to yourself, right? JJ Zetro21, love your honesty, man. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. I hopefully, like, this is what I hope that it's relatable information here, and that we're thinking through the thought process, not just somebody here just says, buy this, do this, right? That's not what I want, because I don't know your personal situation. I don't know your risk profile. I don't know what you want. I don't know why you're investing. Are you buying Dogecoin for the meme? Hodl forever, right? Are you buying Dogecoin because you want to make money? You maybe should consider buying something else, right? There's all these different ranges of things that people want to do, right? Not like other people who pretend to be crypto professionals. I don't know anything, man. Like, I think I've done a lot of research. I've studied this a lot. I am an investment professional in real estate for my job, right? My job is to financially analyze projects and companies, real estate, and so I apply that same fundamental knowledge that I do for that to cryptocurrency. But I'm no like special fancy crypto expert, right? I haven't coded and created a bunch of cryptocurrencies, right? It's just something that I know it's a great opportunity for people to be buying into right now. We're talking about the channel called Gen Z Rebuilds. Why is it called Gen Z Rebuilds? Because this is an opportunity for us young people, right? And our Zoomers at heart, if you're not Gen Z, our Zoomers at heart, right? To take advantage of something that the institutions, the big guys, don't understand yet, right? That is opportunity, and that's an opportunity that I want all of us to seize. Freddie, you said I am, huh? Zoomer in spirit, right? Zoomer in spirit. You're your TikTok professor. Thank you, Pezisu. I'm glad we're helping out, right? Despite you being in Canada, your info helped you a lot to understand the crypto system, Bisimaha. I'm glad that it's helping you a lot in Canada. Although in Canada, you can buy a lot more cryptocurrencies than in America, because America has some, like with Binance, not, Binance, there's, you can't, Binance.us is different from the full Binance, right? You just left a live of 500 viewers and he ignored all SHIB requests. Dial-up internet. What do you mean SHIB requests? Like talking about Shiba Inu? Dial-up internet, is that what you're trying to ask about? Let's see. If a lot of people are talking about something, it's not time to buy. Wait, party mamas. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about buying the rumor, sell the news all the time here, right? We have to know these trends. We have to see what's going on. Nice chair. Hell yeah, thank you. Gaming chair. These things, guys, has lumbar support. I recommend. Best investment of your life is your health, right? Having a chair that supports your back, supports your neck, greatest thing ever, right? He would only talk about what he owns, dial-up internet. Dial-up internet, that's interesting that you're only talking about what you own, because obviously if you only talk up the things that you own, that's beneficial to you, right? To pump. There you go, dial-up internet. Dial-up internet. I heard you bought XRP, Does Pro. You heard wrong, Does Pro. I did not buy XRP. I'm for the same reason I've been saying I've been against XRP from the beginning. for right now is because of the SEC. I don't know when the SEC is going to finish their lawsuit against XRP. Your chair needs a built-in hoodie. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be insane? I can go get, where's the cover? Where's the cover, right? I need to just integrate this into my chair, right? But I did not buy XRP. No, I did not buy XRP because of the SEC lawsuit. I'm still of the same opinion. If I'm hoping to buy XRP because XRP is going to moon, right? Why would I not buy another coin that's potentially safer and less risky, right? That's always the consideration. What is the risk-reward ratio? I don't want to be caught on the other side of the federal government if something goes wrong. I look like Little Red Riding Hood right now. Oh my gosh. So I don't want to be caught on the other side of a crypto, of the government, right? I'd rather invest in a coin that doesn't have that potential government ban against it, right? If you had invested in Cardano at the same time you invested in XRP a couple months ago, you'd be up, right, in Cardano pretty much the same, probably more than the XRP, honestly. Like from a month ago or a couple months ago to today, Cardano and XRP, if you had invested in both, you'd be up in Cardano probably more than XRP. And Cardano's a lot less risky. The protocol, obviously people love it. It's a super efficient, what is Cardano again? For those who don't know, Ethereum, right? Ethereum is a smart contract service, but it is because everyone likes it so much. It is so congested, it has what is called very high gas fees, right? It means it's very hard to use transactions and do transactions on that platform because so many people are using it, it costs a lot of money. So Cardano, very, very super efficient, and it uses a lot less energy than Ethereum, which is also a side benefit, right? So we're talking about when we're investing, you can make money in everything. Hola, brother, says Jerry Corral 72. Nice to see you, Jerry Corral. Thank you for stopping by, right? When we're talking about investing, it's always a risk-reward analysis, right? When you invest in something that is riskier, you need to have a potential higher gains. When you invest in something that's safer, you can accept lower gains because it is less likely to fall apart, right? So you go down the list of cryptocurrencies, obviously Bitcoin is the safer one because there's more people who know about it. And when I say safer in quotation marks, it's still very volatile, just like everything in the space. So, right? Hey man, your Corral, Malo Corral 35, Malo Corral and Jerry Corral. Are y'all? We got twins, we got cousins in the chat, right? So that's the question. That's the question of doing that risk reward analysis. So if I'm taking a risk on XRP, right? Does Pro is asking, did you buy XRP? No, right? If I'm taking a risk on XRP because I'm hoping that they win the lawsuit and XRP moons, why wouldn't I be buying Cardano? Or why wouldn't I be buying Polkadot? Or even Doge? I would have bought Doge back in the day. At least Doge doesn't have an SEC lawsuit against it. And so I'm not trying to hurt and bring down XRP, but I am trying to say that from my analysis standpoint, I potentially can have the same amount of gains in another platform, in another cryptocurrency that doesn't have a federal government lawsuit against it, right? If that's the case, then I'm going to be looking at that as a better investment opportunity because you can make money in anything, right? But there's opportunity cost. When you invest $1 in one thing, you cannot invest $1 in something else, right? That's something that you need to keep in mind always when you're making your investment decisions. When you invest your dollar in one thing, you cannot invest your money into something else, right? And so there's a trade-off. So that's why we have to maximize our risk-reward ratio on everything that we're investing, right? I put some of my dollars in safer things, and I'm willing to accept a low return rate. But if I'm investing something risky, I want to invest in something that's less risky but has the same amount of gains, or more risky but has super more gains, right? That's what I want to look at, right? So people talking about XLM thoughts is Tammy Collins 59. Tammy Collins 59, right? XLM, right? Stellar Lumens, and I think Freddie here is talking about XRP. So I want to make it clear. What is XRP and what is Stellar Lumens? XLM, right? These are both types of cryptocurrencies that are used. They are used to send money between people and places very quickly and efficiently. Shinya MT, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. They're used to send money between people very efficiently and quickly without using a lot of energy and money and time and resources, right? And XRP was originally founded especially to deliver for remittances, right? What is a remittance? A remittance is when you go work overseas and you send money back home. Happens a lot with migrant workers and workers honestly all around the world, because you can make more money in a place like America, send those dollars back home to your original country, and then support your family there, right? That's something called remittances. Whipper L Snapper, thank you for the fires. What a nice name. I can't believe that name wasn't taken. Username wasn't taken, right? Hey Papa says Gangnam Style Legend. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you, right? So for XRP, it's honestly a good idea. I mean, that's a good thing to do. It's a good technology, right? My problem with XRP is not the technology or the service that it's providing. My problem with XRP is the government. If the government goes away, Bissy Maha, thank you for secure the bags, right? If the government goes away, then it's going to do better. And people are talking about, Freddy says XRP has a lot of hold in Europe. It's true. XRP has previously had partnerships with, I think, Western Union, MoneyGram. It had partnerships with UBS, you know, a lot of European banks, UBS and Bank of Switzerland, right? I'm pretty sure it's UBS. It's either UBS or the other big Swiss bank. I can't remember off the top of my head which one it was, right? But they had partnerships, XRP did, with all those big banks, right? And so that's who XRP serves as their customer. They're trying to market towards the big banks and the big people, right? They're trying to market to the big banks and the big people, and that's who they're trying to serve, right? Am I Muslim? Says Samira. I am not, my friend. But support all my Muslim friends out there, right? I just was wearing this. I was just wearing this for fun. Talking about adding a built-in hoodie to my chair, right? So anyway, the point is to say that for XRP, right? For XRP is that's who they're targeting. They are a payments processing service, right? They are a payments processing service that is used for remittances and also for big banks. That is their target category. What is XLM in contrast? And talk about SHIB. People talking about SHIB. We'll talk about SHIB. I know we have a lot of messages coming in all of a sudden, guys. I don't know what just happened. Probably did a live just end or something? And then a lot of people are coming into here. All of a sudden, like my viewers doubled. Holy crap. So a lot of comments coming in. We're going to try to get to as many of them as we can, right? But what is XLM versus XRP, right? XLM, founded by the same person as XRP, right? Soma says hi, Soma. XRP says, see, I'm trying to pick out the people who say hi. I like to say hi back to people. I can't always get it. XLM, founded by the same person as XRP, right? Jen McClellan. He tried, because he didn't like where Ripple was going, right? XRP is Ripple. He didn't like where Ripple was going. And then Life Changer says, talk XLM now. I'm doing it. I'm trying to do my best, right? XLM versus XRP, founded by the same guy. He improved the technology a little bit. And what XLM is trying to do, as opposed to Ripple, is they're targeting a different audience. So Ripple, I just said, I was explaining before, Ripple's targeting the big banks, big financial institutions. They're trying to be the strategic partner to make sure their money transfer situations are done on Ripple, right? But Stellar Lumens is trying to partner actually with the smaller people. They're trying to be more of that decentralized finance for the individuals, people in third world countries, people who don't have a lot of access to resources, right? So it's a different target audience. But that's not to say that Stellar Lumens 2, is not also having a big boost right now from institutions, because there are protocols on Stellar Lumens where, like, one of the protocols on Stellar Lumens is partnering with Visa. So that's obviously a big deal as far as the payment space. One of the other differences, Zeus Mom, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you stopping by. I don't know if I recognize your name, so thank you for the hearts, right? So XLM, right, versus Ripple, one of the big things about XLM that XLM does versus Ripple is that XLM is allowing, it's Ripple, but it allows other people to build on their platform, right? XRP is only for Ripple, the company, that's it. And they integrate with other big banks and big corporations, payments processing services. XLM is allowing other protocols to integrate using their protocol to send stuff, right? You're too distracted by what's on your back. What is that? It is a blanket. My dad, this is a high school called Macaulay. My dad went here. I can take this off. Sorry that it's distracting you guys, right? Hopefully, you're so cute the way you're talking. Oh, Samira said, thank you so much. Anyway, so that's the difference between XLM, XRP. Hopefully that breakdown makes a lot of sense for you guys. I honestly, genuinely like both a lot. I would own XRP if it didn't have an SEC lawsuit against it, right? I do have XLM, right? But actually I had XLM, sold out of it, right? But I believed it enough to have it at one point. I sold out to try to take some profits. Anyway, the point is to say is that I believe in both of those protocols. What they're doing is really cool, right? What they're doing is really cool. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of comments coming in. Thoughts? So we want to talk about Shiba. People want to talk about Shiba real quick. I want to get to Shiba, then I want to cover a bunch of these other questions that you guys are having here, right? Do I not think the lawsuit's going to be dismissed? Crow's Designs. Actually, we can answer that really quickly before we get to Shiba, right? Is the lawsuit on XRP going to be dismissed, right? For those of you who don't know, XRP's Ripple, the cryptocurrency, has a big lawsuit against it, right, from the SEC, alleging that XRP Ripple is a security. What is a security, right? What is a security? A security is essentially just a promise to an investor that you're going to make a certain amount, a certain percentage of gains. That's what a security is, right? They're saying you invest in this, you're going to like have money gain, right? And the question is Ripple as the cryptocurrency and a security for the company Ripple, right? Is XRP the coin a security for the company Ripple? Did Ripple promise people they were going to be making money? Because all of a sudden, Breezy2332, thank you for stopping by. All of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, if you were saying, right, that you're going to be making money in something, that's something that the SEC always wants to regulate. That's something that SEC always wants to regulate and make sure that the investors are being protected. So, is the lawsuit against against Ripple going to be dismissed? That is the question, right? I don't know. I think that Ripple is more likely to win than not win, right? All the legal arguments that have come out from the government have been very, very bad. They have not been good arguments. A lot of them have been dismissed, even from the own judge presiding over the case. They're like, wait, doesn't this mean that it's like, it's not going to affect people really that much, that if they didn't make the promise that they should be fine? If individual investors invest in it, it's not their fault, it's Ripple, the company's fault, right? There's all these different things that the legal government of the Department of Justice, that or sorry, SEC. Gosh, my brain is kind of fried now. There's a lot of comments coming in, and I cannot I cannot handle it. It's driving my brain insane trying to read these comments and talk at the same time. Anyway, the point is to say that the government will come in. The government will and is trying to argue against Ripple. Their arguments aren't very good, but that doesn't mean that the case is going to be dismissed necessarily. That doesn't mean that the case is going to be dismissed, because, you know, you never know with the government. The end. You don't know what's going to happen. The judge can wake up one day, they can have a fight with their wife, they can stub their toe, they walk into the court, and they can be super hungry. They can be like, oh my gosh, F everybody, I hate this thing. Just, you know, make them pay a huge fine, and they're gonna they're gonna lose really hard, right? Anyway, it's looking at like 12 charts and placing trades, Breezy. There's a lot of comments coming on. This is a lot going on tonight, guys. But I appreciate everyone sticking by. Hopefully this is informational to you. So that is my thought upon the XRP. See, Adrian Nova, thank you for the presence. I appreciate it. Natty Soleil says someone is behind you. Who is behind me, Natty Soleil? Oh my gosh. Anyway, someone wanted to ask about Sheeb. I didn't want to get back to Sheeb. This is what I wanted to get back to, right? Someone asked about it. I'm trying to answer these questions in order, right? Shiba are trying to figure that out. Okay, what is Shiba Inu coin? Okay, what is Shiba Inu coin? Shiba Inu coin is a clone of Dogecoin, right? But it's a clone of Dogecoin, but with better technology. And what do I mean by better technology? Well, remember guys, that cryptocurrency is essentially code, right? Cryptocurrency is essentially code that just has something associated with it, and then you can trade it and you can buy it, right? When you buy Bitcoin, you're buying your little tiny piece of code, right? What am I tweaking on, my man, Wisconsin? I am tweaking on life, man. I'm high on life, guys, right? Just energetic, because there's a lot of stuff going on. It's kind of getting me on adrenaline rush. Anyway, the point is to say that Shiba Inu is better technology than Dogecoin, because Dogecoin, remember, when was Dogecoin founded? 2013? I believe it was 2013. And Dogecoin was founded as a joke. Bissy Maha, thank you for the confetti. I appreciate you as always. It was founded in 2013. And comparing that, right? Comparing that with some of these later protocols, that's why you have problems with Dogecoin. You have the problems of inflation. You have the problem of there's no governance structure. Grande Gringo, thank you for the presents, my gringo friend, right? There's no governance structure. How do you know? Elizabeth Martin, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. You don't know, right? You don't know how to upgrade the protocol. There's not necessarily a lot of agreement in how to upgrade the protocol. And there's no liquidity and staking and all of these things that have come out in the last couple of years. Well, Shiba Inu coin, on the other hand, is also a meme coin, but it takes into account, right, a lot of these newer technologies that have come out over the years, the newer interventions where you have staking rewards. What is staking? Okay, staking is a part of introducing liquidity to a decentralized exchange. Oh my gosh, we're getting into topics here, right? And this is where it's like, I hope that this stuff is getting through to you guys, that we're making it understand. So let me know if it's ever unclear. What is the importance of having liquidity and what is called a staking pool? Okay, a staking pool is where you put your coins. Let's say I have 100 of a certain coin. Let's just say Bitcoin, but it's not, you can't actually stake Bitcoin. Let's say you're staking Bitcoin. Well, you can't stake Bitcoin on different platforms. Okay, let's just say Shiba Inu, because we're talking about Shiba Inu. You have 100 Shiba Inus, and you stake them. What does staking them do? You're essentially pledging them into this pool of liquidity. And what is liquidity? Liquidity is just essentially the ability to trade in and out of something really fast. Think of it that way, right? When people say their assets are liquid, they say the most of their assets are in cash, right? Because cash you can use to trade and buy something really, really fast, right? Look how he keeps touching his nose. What am I, am I on something? Maybe that's the secret. You guys caught me. But if you have a lot of stuff in cash, you're highly liquid, right? You have highly liquid investments, right? So why is having liquidity important for something like Shiba Inu coin, right? When they are trying to do something in an exchange that rewards you for holding your coins in a pool of liquidity. And what does that mean? For example, when you go to buy a stock, right? What's in the cup and what's in the cup? Oh, this clear liquid. What's in the cup? Is it vodka? Am I just drinking endless amounts of vodka, like just literal liters of vodka? It might be. Who knows, right? If you're buying a stock like on SoFi or on Webull or whatever, you can buy that stock instantly as long as the stock market is open, right? You can buy that stock instantly. And why can you buy that instantly? Because there is liquidity. There's liquidity provided by what is called a market maker. Okay, a market maker. And what does the market maker do? Well, they make the market. They allow trades to be executed at the market price. So they're the ones who say, right? They're the ones who say, if you want to buy, GameStop stock at $100 and the market price is $100, they fund the trade because they have a pool of money that they make the trade happen immediately. Because they have a bunch of money sitting on the sidelines, and that's how we fund trades. This is why we're anti-Robinhood on this stream, RIP Robinhood, because Robinhood many times has failed liquidity crisis through its partners, doesn't have enough money to fund all the trades that people want. When GameStop was going up, ran out of money to fund people's trades. A couple weeks ago when Dogecoin was going up, ran out of money to fund people's trades, right? Bad company. I anti-Robinhood on this stream. But the point is to say that is what a market maker does. So why is that relevant? We're talking about Shiba Inu coin. Andy, are you gonna get back to the point? Why don't you just tell me what to do? Just tell me to buy. Well, the Shiba Inu coin, when you're staking, and this goes for any staking pool, right? You have liquidity by putting your coins into that pool of liquidity, right? And so you're now adding and making sure that we have all of a sudden hundreds and thousands and millions of those coins able to be traded at any given time. Because think about it this way. If I have a private company, I can technically have 10 shares of a private company. Okay, we're do some learning here. I have a piece of paper. Let's say this is my company, right? I have a piece of paper here that represents the entire the entire portfolio of my company. Oh my gosh, my pens are out of ink, guys. What am I going to do? All right, company. Right? This is the company right here. It's backwards. I can't write backwards for the camera. I'm sorry. This is my company right here, right? I'm going to tear this in half. I'm going to tear off a piece because these are the shares of the company. Okay, we have 3 shares of the company now. Let's say I own all 3 and you want to buy one. Well, guess what? Right? Another line says Wisconsin tarantulas. Yeah, another line right here. How did you know? It's secretly I've been snorting all night, guys. It's pretty incredible. It's a sleight of hand. You know, blink and you'll miss it. Anyway, you have three shares of a company right here. Okay, let's say you want to buy one of the shares of my company, right? Cryptoverine, how about that massive crypto dip? Cryptoverine, yeah, we've been talking about that all night, my friend. It's crazy. So we have 3 shares of the company. Let's say you want to buy one. Well, guess what? You can't. Guess what? You can't. You can't buy a share because I won't sell it to you, right? That means that this market for this company is illiquid. Illiquid. It is, you know, unless I want to sell this share to you, you cannot buy it, right? Because I control the shares, okay? So that's why liquidity is important. That's why market makers exist for stocks, right? And that allows us to buy stocks pretty much instantaneously. Well, guess what? On cryptocurrency, there's no market maker a lot of the time, unless you're using a centralized platform like Coinbase. They make the market. They're the ones who are doing that, who are providing that liquidity for you. But if you're on a decentralized exchange where there's no, right, that's the whole point, not centralized. There's no one, you know, corporation or one company or one entity at, you know, that is determining what's going to happen, right? So if that's the case, you need to, they reward people by staking their coins into that pool of liquidity so that all these shares of the company are not being held by me. They're instead in the giant pool and anyone can buy them at any time, right? That provides it more liquidity. Anyway, we're talking about all of this. We brought all this pools of liquidity up because we're talking about Shiba Inu. So, Shiba Inu has the same happy Doge on it, right, as Dogecoin, but it has all these improved protocols. It doesn't have inflation, right? It's actually deflationary. It has staking rewards. It has different levels. It has governance tokens. So governance tokens are essentially tokens that if you have them, you can vote on protocols, right? The idea is democracy, right? Decentralized. That the more tokens you have, the bigger vote share you get, right? So they have all these things that you can vote for the future. You have liquidity pools, and you have no inflation, right? I am talking about Shiba, whatever, TT, but believe it or not, I am talking about the same topic that I was talking about before, just trying to explain a lot of things, right? So with Shiba, right, why is it better than Dogecoin? In technology, it is better than Dogecoin. Cryptoverine, thank you for the fire. I appreciate you very much, my friend. It is better than Dogecoin in the technology. Does that mean it's going to do better in reality? And the answer, my friends, is most likely no. And why? Why is that? Why is that even if Dogecoin is a meme coin, Shiba Inu meme coin, Shiba Inu has better technology? Why no better? Why no better? Shouldn't it be better? Well, guess what? Humans are humans. Did you know? Did you know? Hey, mom, tell your parents, call your mom, say, hey, today I was watching this kid on the internet and he told me that humans are humans. So I just wanted to let you know, mom, that I learned something new every day. So humans are humans, and humans form emotional connections, right? Humans form emotional connections to things, and you know, those emotional connections, you only have so much emotional bandwidth to connect to one thing at a time. So Shiba Inu, as the emotional meme coin connection, is never going to be as strong as the Dogecoin meme coin connection, right? Even if Musk is tweeting about Shiba, he can tweet about Shibas and people might buy Shiba Inu coin, great. That's great. But at the end of the day, Dogecoin is the top dog. They're the alpha. You know, Shiba is the beta or the gamma or omega, whatever, that's falling down. No, I guess Shiba's probably number 2. But the point is there can only be one. There can only be one top dog at any given time by the nature of what a top dog is, right? If Dogecoin all of a sudden is no longer the top meme coin, then Dogecoin loses a lot of its value because people are buying it for the meme, right? But Shiba Inu coin it's going to have a lot of hard time siphoning away that same emotional connection to Dogecoin, right? It's going to have a very, very hard time siphoning away that power from Dogecoin, that emotional meme connection power. That's not something to be undercounted, guys. I talk about it on this channel. What is the motto of my channel? My motto of my channel is money is a meme. Money is a meme. It doesn't inherently mean anything. We all came together one day and we woke up and we say, hey, let's call this little green piece of paper that says the dollar on it, and let's just say that it's worth something, right? And technically before, back in the day, it was based on the gold standard. Oh, great, gold standard. I can exchange it for one piece of gold, right? Which is another just shiny rock that doesn't do anything. It's just very shiny, right? So, money doesn't mean anything inherently. So something being a meme is not necessarily a bad thing. And it's funny that a lot of people who are in here who only catch part of my live streams don't know like the whole picture. It's like when we're talking about this stuff, like I have a very full comprehensive idea, right? Memes are not a bad thing. You can buy into things for the memes, right? And a lot of times you can make money, but it's also dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Bisimaha, thank you for the presence, my friend. Again, I'm glad you are enjoying the show tonight, right? If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know why it is a meme, you don't know who the community is around it, it can be dangerous, right? That's something to understand there. So, Real John Legend says, so true. It's the real John Legend. Nice to see you. So, El Taco Santoa, thank you for the secure the bag. Matthew Bentavegna, thank you for the presence. I appreciate you, my friend. Fullery Tom says you bought 4 Ethereum at 3.6K. Is it safe to hold? Oh my gosh, Matthew Bentavega, thank you for all the presents, right? Is it safe to hold, dude? I would not sell out if I were you. At 3.6K, yes, you bought near the top, right? You bought at 10% off the top or so, maybe 15% off the top or so. But this is something that I strongly believe is going to come back. And don't just take my word for it, right? I'm going to explain to you the reasons why I think it's going to come back, but then I want you to go do more research. I want you to read about other things. I want you to go listen to other idiots on the internet like me. And hopefully someone will give you the anti-perspective. And someone will give you the perspective of why Ethereum might be going down and why it might never come back, right? I want you to have that full perspective. But from my opinion, for Ethereum, is it going to go back to 3,600? Absolutely, right? Ethereum is one of those protocols that the only problem with Ethereum right now is that so many people like it. It is a good problem to have. The problem with Ethereum is that it is inefficient, right? It is inefficient, which means it's slow. Why is it slow? And why does it cost things high gas fees and transaction fees to use the Ethereum network? Why? Because they didn't think it would be so popular back in the day. It is way more popular than they thought it would ever be. So they're trying to upgrade the technology to make it less popular, not to make it less popular, to account for those problems, to make the Ethereum network more efficient. But if it wasn't super popular, it wouldn't be having these problems, right? If no one was using it, it doesn't matter if it's inefficient because none of it matters because no one's using the platform, right? So Ethereum has a problem because it's popular, right? As long as they're able to fix that technology, they're actively trying to fix that technology, then it's going to be doing better and better. And the vast majority of online digital blockchain type things are based off Ethereum tokens, man. The vast majority of them are based off either ERC7 or ERC20 tokens. That just depends on whether those are fungible or non-fungible tokens, right? So that's what I would say for that, right? Whoa, TikTok tried to ban you. Goodness, Bisimaha, please don't get banned, Bisimaha. We can't let you go, right? You have Doge, ADA, Ethereum. Is that good to hold? Making more lemonade. I would absolutely say so, right? Like, look, if you're, and also, of course, it depends on your price. It depends on what you're trying to do. This is what I told to people before. Why did you buy it? Go back to why you bought it. If you understand why you bought it and that hasn't changed, if the story of why you bought it has not changed, then continue to hold, right? Because you bought it, and this is every time you buy anything. Okay, I know this sounds very simple, but it's kind of hard to remember sometimes. Every time you buy anything, you expect the price to go up, right? You would never buy something and expect the price to go down. I at least hope not. if you're buying something and expecting the price to go down, then that's pretty sad. You don't want that to happen. But you're buying something, you expect the price to go up. That means, at least in your head, when you bought it, theoretically, you say, I'm buying this coin, I'm buying this stock, I'm buying this piece of real estate at a good price. I'm buying it at a good price because I think it's actually the value of that thing is going to go higher into the future, right? That's why you would buy anything, because you think the value is going to go higher in the future, and if the value is going to go higher in the future, then you're buying now at a good price, right? The logic has to follow that way. Otherwise, you're just losing money, right? So theoretically, as long as you know why you're buying, if the story doesn't change, if you bought Ethereum because you're like, oh my gosh, it is this smart contract platform, it allows people to use decentralized finance, decentralized applications, it allows people to use NFTs. A lot of NFT tokens are based off of the Ethereum blockchain. It allows all this stuff to happen. It powers a lot of cryptocurrency. I think more and more people are going to be using cryptocurrency in the blockchain into the future. Currently, only 25 to 40% of the United States population owns any cryptocurrency at all. I think that population number is going to increase into the future, right? I think that population number is going to increase into the future because more and more old people, unfortunately, God bless them, are going to die, right? And they're going to leave their money to their kids who tend to be more technologically forward, right? There's going to be more and more millennials and Gen Z, right? Gen Z thinking about cryptocurrency, who are exposed to it already, who are going to be buying it more and more, right? If you have that thesis there, and that's the reason why you bought into those things in the first place, then that's a good reason to continue to hold on, right? Hopefully that helps. You won't, don't worry, it's because you signed to the live on 2 devices. Bisimaha, that makes sense. I didn't know you couldn't sign in 2 devices. That's interesting. Any thoughts on the FEG platform, T-bar-N? FEG platform, T-bar-N, I don't know anything about the FEG platform. Should you buy more Doge, says Chet you betcha. That's the Fairly Odd Parents, right? Chet you betcha? Should you buy the dip, Orion J? The question there is, you're old but don't plan on going anywhere. Israel Cologne, don't go anywhere, my friend. I don't need you to go anywhere, right? We're Gen Z in spirit. Everyone here, Gen Z in spirits. Thank you. Thank you for the flowers, my friend. Turn down the reggaeton. What? We don't like the reggaeton? I can turn it down a little bit. Is it too loud? Aw, that makes me sad. Come on. Daddy Yankee. Y'all don't like Daddy Yankee? Anyway, what was the question I was about to ask? Oh, should you be buying the dip? I did. I personally did, right? Because I saw this as a good buying opportunity, and I was buying before when the stuff was on the way up. So if I don't buy when it's on the way down, then I'm silly. Like, it's the same thing that I just said before, right? You want to be buying, right, when it's a good price. Well, if nothing has changed but the price, theoretically, then you should be continuing to buy, right? And so that's what I did. And so, again, we want to make sure you're not overextending. Please do not overextend. Don't put all your life savings into one thing. Don't sell your house and invest in Doge. Please don't do that. Please do not do that. That's not what we want. But, if you have the available funds to invest, I think it's not necessarily a bad idea to be investing right now. Nurse Savina says turn it back up. And 079 says 50% off. Yeah, come on, buy one get one free. That's what we love. We love value. Turn it back up. So we're having conflicting opinions on the reggaeton here. Turn up the music. Mario says, okay. People saying turn it back up. We're turning it back up. Okay, let me see. Let me try to get back to some of the comments here. Turn it back up, says Ryan J. Thanks for the advice. Buying more Doge. Joe Reg, if you believe in it, if nothing has changed but the price, buy it, right? Like, I personally wouldn't buy Doge, but there's a lot of reason to buy it, right? That's a decision. At the end of the day, your investment decisions are super, super, super formal to you, right? Ryan J, where am I from? I am from Nashville, Tennessee, y'all. Listening to reggaeton, Chinese man, Chinese kid from Nashville, Tennessee, listening to reggaeton. That is the power of the internet, my friends. That's who you got tonight. Right? So that's the story of me, right? Thoughts on BTT as a long-term investment? The BitTorrent token, Great White, XX. I'm not sure about the BitTorrent token. I'm not sure what it's used for. Actually, I don't know if it's a utility token, if it's a reward token for BitTorrent token. I haven't looked much into that, right? Bro, you're a buy. Do you think it will pay off for your kids? P. Fernandez 831. P. Fernandez 831. I don't know. I don't know which one you're talking about. But look, I believe in these things, right? I'm ready to buy the dip again. If it dips again, I'm ready to buy again, right? Like the difference between now and I know a lot of people. Hey, Franklin, Tennessee says living unglued. Nice to see you. Quite a combo of different things, sir. Yeah, try to be right. The difference between now 2017 and 2021, right? 2017 was when everybody was talking about Bitcoin back then in 2017. Right? And it went up to 20 grand, then fell all the way back down to like $4,000 or $5,000. It lost huge amounts of its value. Is 2017, 2021, right? You still in the Nashville area to tune in for the first time. Living unglued, I actually live in Franklin right now. So believe it or not, we're probably neighbors living unglued. That's kind of funny. But what's the difference between 2017 and 2021? It is adoption. What is my price target for Ethereum right now? Hopefully, I'm trying to buy in. I bought in at 2,400 this morning. I would like to buy in a little bit cheaper than that, but I don't know if it's going to get that, right? Anyway, the difference between 2017 and 2021 is that there's adoption. Now we have way more adoption. PMG, you went to Franklin, you went to Page High, Cameo123. My house right now is zoned for Page. That's funny. My house where I'm living right now, literally zoned for Page High School. So that's pretty cool. I live. I'm not gonna say where I live. Y'all gonna peep on me. But anyway, Franklin, Tennessee is all you're getting for right now. Anyway, the point is to say the difference between 2017 and 2021. Finish what you're going to say before you read more comments, says Alan. Alan, if I have to finish what I'm going to say before I read more comments, then I couldn't read your comment. Oh my gosh. But it's sorry. I do get distracted. There's a lot of things going on. Obviously, I do want to answer to people. It's a hard balance to strike, man. I'm trying to do my best here. Anyway. 2017, 2021. Difference is adoption. Let me go ahead and finish out this thought process. Difference is adoption. In 2017, no one of the big institutions, big corporations, big money had any money in Bitcoin or any of the other cryptocurrencies because they didn't know anything about it. No one had any money in it. Everyone said this thing is a scam. It's going to go away. It only has value because people believe in it. Guess what? We talk about how on this channel, at least is what I try to teach, is that money is a meme. Money has value only because people believe in it, right? Bitcoin has value only because people believe in it. Fine. It has value only because people believe in it, right? But do you know what talks what talks more than anything else? What shows me that you're committed or believing in something more than anything else is when you put your money behind what you say, right? When you put your money on the line, that's the strongest indicator of belief. And what is different between 2017 and 2021? Well, you have corporations and you have big companies with, big companies who own Bitcoin, right? That's the big difference, right? And who own and are trying to invest in other cryptocurrencies. You have Mark Cuban and Kevin O'Leary and Elon Musk, who are big financial, very well-respected people. Well, Elon, hated and loved, right? But Mark Cuban and Kevin O'Leary are pretty highly respected people talking about cryptocurrency all the time. This is very different when you have these top financiers and these top investment people, really, who are talking about it, who own it, right? So that gives it a base of support that it never had in 2017, right? The rich, and it is a blessing and a curse, right? Like, we're talking about getting into cryptocurrency and trying to learn about it and understand it because it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to get in and learn something that the institutions haven't caught on to yet, right? And, generally, institutions crush the little guy, and little guy is pretty sad. So, an opportunity for little guy to get ahead, right? At the end of the day, though, at the same time, the institutions do offer some level of protection. When big money, when the billionaires have money in something, they're not going to let it fall. They're not going to let it fall for very long. They're going to make sure that their investment is protected, right? So if we're investing ahead of them, then good, right? That's kind of how I'm thinking about it right now. 2021 versus 2017, it is still risky, very risky. Obviously, Gary Gensler, chairman of the SEC, could wake up one day and say, "I ban all cryptocurrency from the United States." Cryptocurrency would fall through the floor, right? Absolutely would fall through the floor. But he's unlikely to do that. He's expressed desire to make sure that cryptocurrency stays around, right? And he has to understand too that obviously if the United States wants to compete with China, it cannot fall behind China, who is trying to create their own cryptocurrency. So this is all things that are in the SEC chairman's head, Gary Gensler, right? He's not going to just wake up and say that one day. I mean, he could if someone drugged him or whatever, was threatening to kill his children. Anyway, the point is to say it's it could happen theoretically, but it is a lot less risky. It is a lot less risky versus where we were 4 years ago, right? It is a lot less risky versus where we were 4 years ago. So that's kind of the big picture there of, should we be buying the dip? Should we be getting in right now, right? We are in a much better place than we were 4 years ago. Doesn't mean it's not risky. Doesn't mean that you couldn't lose all your money. I absolutely could be losing all my money in this. But theoretically, I could be losing all my money in the S&P. I could be theoretically losing my money in any other company that I buy. I theoretically could be losing all my money in any investment, right? You don't want to invest money that you're not prepared to lose. But the thing is, at the end of the day, it's if you never invest, you're never going to keep progressing that building your wealth and building that ability to do what you want, right? That's the point. Anyway. Hi friend, what's hot? Upriver Studios. Nice to see you, Upriver Studios. Thank you for coming in. Busy Maha says, love when everything is red, everything's on discount. Cryptoverine, absolutely buy the dips. Who is questioning that, Cryptoverine? Well, I said Cryptoverine, we've got a lot of different people here who have different knowledge, different skills, different abilities. It's not a problem, right? Everyone starts somewhere, but we're trying to make sure we're explaining to people why they're doing it, right? And you move back in with your parents, the Hulocks. I'm actually about to move out. I'm living with my parents right now. You are 100% losing all of your money with fiat cash, says Milk Dog Official. Milk Dog Official, I mean, it's true. So this is why there's a principle. There's a principle about the stock market over the past couple of months since the coronavirus crash. There's a principle in the stock market called TINA, right? And we're talking about Milk Dog, I think was the name, said you're losing your money in fiat and cash, right? Because there's a little something called inflation. Ooh, what's inflation, right? Inflation is just the erosion of your buying power. So if there's 2% inflation every year, which is the average target that we've been having over the history, and at least what the Federal Reserve wants to target, 2% inflation, what happens, right? Every time your dollar today, January 1st, 2021 versus January 1st, 2022, your dollar in January 1st, 2022 will only be worth 98 cents of the January 1st dollar because of inflation, right? If that inflation goes up 2%, right? Pretty simple. So if you're sitting your money in cash, you're losing money over time, right? Because you need it to be investing. So the principle and a lot of the reason why everything is up in general, and I say up, obviously Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies crashed over the last couple of days, and then the stock market has been down too, but still massively up since the coronavirus crash of March and April of last year. Why is everything massively up? TINA, there is no alternative. There is no alternative. You cannot sit on cash. You have to invest it, because if you do sit on cash, you are losing money to inflation. You are literally losing money. So every day that you have your money in cash, your money power is eroding, and that's not what you want. You work very hard to get the money that you have. You don't want it to be lost to the sands of time, literally, because inflation just eats away at it because of time, right? So TINA, there is no alternative. The reason why people have been buying stocks and crypto and real estate and everything asset values are up so heavily is because the people on the top have to be buying stuff. Because why? And why are they buying stuff? Because traditionally back in the day, we used to have a lot of people investing in bonds. What are bonds? A lot of bonds, and so bonds are just essentially IOU notes. And so if you buy a bond from the US government, you give the US government your money, and the government says IOU, and they pay you an interest rate on it. That's what it is. It is an IOU. That's what a bond is, right? And so there's federal government bonds, there's municipal bonds, there's other countries' bonds, a municipal being city bonds, right? So IOUs from different people. People used to be able to invest in bonds back in the day, right? In the 1980s, y'all, like 1970s, 1980s, bonds were getting like 10% returns. So, and when you talk about a bond from the federal government, then it's as close to guaranteed money as you can get, right? It's as close to the guaranteed money as you can get, right? Because if you invest, if you give a 10%, if you get a 10% bond from the government that's giving you 10% interest every year, if the government doesn't pay you, the only reason the government would never pay you on that bond is if the US government collapses, okay? So if the US government collapses, guys, let me tell you something, we have a lot bigger of a problem on our hands than your investment portfolio. Your investment portfolio doesn't mean anything if the US government collapses because we're like in civil war or we're getting nuked or like aliens have invaded or something, right? If the US government is gone, bad news for everybody, your portfolio doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. But, so, given that that's the case, then buying bonds is as safe as you can get. Well, guess what? Top investors, really rich people right now, the billionaires, the JP Morgans, the Wells Fargos of the world don't have, any option to buy bonds. Because what are the bond rates? Like 1%, 1.5%, even on the 10-year treasury yield? Well, guess what? Inflation's at 2 and 2.5%. So even if I'm getting 1% on my bond and inflation is 2%, I'm still losing money. The rich people are not going to let their money be lost, right? The super rich, the super wealthy, they're not going to let their money be lost. So they're going to invest in stocks or real estate or cryptocurrency, which is why there have been such massive asset price increases in all of these categories, because TINA, there is no alternative. They have to place their money somewhere. And ideally, so do you. If you have disposable income, you don't want to be losing your money either to inflation, because inflation is happening right now big time, y'all. Big time. That's why there's been a huge sell-off in the stock market, because inflation is happening, and that's scaring a lot of people and scaring a lot of companies. They don't know, are they going to keep up? Are tech companies going to fall? Are interest rates going to rise? Nobody really knows right now, right? But inflation is definitely happening. So, given that's the fact of what's going on, right? You need to be, as much as you can, as much as is prudent and safe financially, being able to invest your money. Did I have a Red Bull, Kevin6879? Kevin, believe it or not, and everyone is like, Andy, are you on crack? Are you on Red Bull? Like, what is going on? I just have this energy. I don't drink caffeine at all. I don't drink coffee. I don't even drink tea. I literally don't drink anything but water. I drink water and then maybe like almond milk sometimes. I don't even drink milk. I don't drink juice. It's just water all day, every day, baby. Stay hydrated. Hey, drink 3 or 4 of these a day like I do. You're gonna have the same amount of energy I have, right? Why is Binance US holding funds? This is Miriam's Queen. Binance US holding funds. I'm not sure, Miriam's Queen. I know I read about that they're preventing people from withdrawing. Here's a problem with Binance and the United States federal government is that the Binance is based in Singapore. I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure it's based in Singapore. There's a lot of regulations of the cross-border stuff of that centralized exchange being in Singapore. The US government is kind of sketched out by it. That's why there's a lot of issues. You can't get a regular Binance account, for example. Binance is and for those who don't know, it's called a centralized, decentralized exchange. It is operated by a company, but it's trying to be a decentralized exchange like Uniswap or PancakeSwap or any of the other swaps are trying to be, right? That's what Binance is. So you can't get a regular Binance account in the United States because of the US government regulations against it. So that's probably why. There's something legal holding that up. I read about it. I'm not sure the exact reason. Even as a Canadian, it's really annoying, Busy Maha. Yeah, I bet. Do you think that Ethereum will back over 4,000, right? I do think it will happen. I don't know how quickly. I think it will happen over time, right? This is why I bought Ethereum today. I bought it at 24 earlier this morning. And obviously, it's back to 24 right now. And if stuff starts to fall again, y'all, like if we're starting to have a massive crash like during this live stream, I might have to start initiating another buy again because I'm ready. I have I have another 1,000 probably to put in. But anyway, that's what we're looking at here, right? Let's see. Binance.us is not an American app. ZZ Quill, it is it's just their portal for America, right? But it still has some regulations because it's being owned by Singapore. So Binance US, yes, that's the US version, but it's not the full Binance. It's different. There's a lot more restrictions. Like for example, guys, there are some platforms when you deposit money, it's like if you deposit money from a US bank, like there's restrictions on your funds. There's a reason for that because the US federal government is tracking it as much as it can. The government wants to know what you're buying so that they can tax you. Anyone, Andy told everyone Bitcoin would fall. Dennis Risponi, did you call it? Did you call it, Dennis? Good for you, man. I'm glad you knew. Do you think they're trying to trick the little guys? Says Mims SN. Do I think they're trying to trick the little guys as what, Mims SN? I don't know what you're referring to there. Andy told everyone Bitcoin would drop big time 3 yeah. Good for you, Dennis. I'm proud of you, my friend. I'm glad you're still back here. I'm glad you're you're spreading the good word, right? Is alt season over? Breaking down TikTok. Really, guys, I long term and see, no one knows, right? I'm sitting here telling you what I think. Who am I? I'm a person on the internet. I could be completely lying. I could be making everything up. I want that to be clear. So I don't know. It's not like, and I don't even study this all day, every day. And even the people, and I want to caveat that by saying, even the people who study this all day, every day, they don't know. I promise you, they don't know what's going to happen. Nobody can actually predict the future, right? Like, is the bull run over? Right? Nobody knows for sure. But I think the odds are, right, more likely than not that the bull run is not over. That this is going to be a massive correction. Things are going to cool down for a little while. We're going to see things not moving, not making huge moves for the next couple of days. And a couple of days is a long time in the cryptocurrency world. A couple of days, maybe even a week or two. And then I think it's going to resume. That's what my gut tells me will happen. But my gut can be wrong a lot of the time. And I'm just a poor boy. Nobody loves me, right? That's I'm infallible, a human, just like everybody else is, right? It's about watching it closely. Up River Stews, I absolutely agree. What are my thoughts on ADA, what's that? Archangian tween? There's a lot of letters there. I'm not sure where it's divided. What are my thoughts on ADA? What are my thoughts on ADA? I do really believe in Cardano, guys, and so Cardano is obviously a platform, just like it's meant to kind of be doing the same thing as an Ethereum or a Polkadot is. And what is that? It is smart contracts. Smart contracts, for those who don't know, I probably explained it a couple times here today, but I'll explain it again very, very briefly. It's just essentially code, but decentralized and based around cryptocurrency, right? It's essentially code and the ability to move something and to program in a transaction to happen. So, for example, if I want to give you a loan on Ethereum, I can write it into the code and say, this will execute. You have to give me 10% whatever back, or otherwise I'm going to try to repo your coin or whatever, as long as you still have it in the wallet. Anyway, that's written to the code. Because it's written into the code, essentially, you don't need an outside authority to manage that. Because guess what happens in the United States if you break the law, right? If you break the law, you have to go through court, you have to go through the police, right? You go to jail, right? But there's a whole system of legal process that is outside of the written law itself to enforce those laws. The idea behind decentralized applications and smart contracts is because it is written in the code, theoretically, that code will always resolve itself. There are no disputes, right? You don't need an outside arbitrator to decide what actually is happening, what actually should happen. All of those contingencies should be actualized as they come, right? So that's what Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot does. Cardano does what Ethereum does. It is much more efficient. It is, it doesn't use nearly as much energy. It is much more scalable than Ethereum. But the problem with the Cardano right now is that everyone's using Ethereum. Everyone still uses Ethereum, right? And so many people are on the Ethereum platform, and a lot of tokens are derived off of Ethereum, right? So my honest opinion of people, because people say, oh, is Polkadot going to kill Ethereum? Is Cardano going to kill Ethereum? My genuine answer is probably not. I think Ethereum is going to stay around. I think Ethereum is going to stay around for a while. They have such huge market adoption, and what that market adoption means is called a network effect. What is a network effect? A network effect is the more people that are in something, the more likely it is that other people will join, and the harder it is for everybody to leave, right? And a lot of this talk about network effect can be applied to something like Uber, for example, right? When Uber first started, nobody was driving for it, and nobody was using the app, right? That's hard for your business model if no one's driving and no one's using the app. So you need more drivers, right? You need more drivers. But if no one is using the app, then those drivers aren't going to drive because no one's going to pay them, right? But if those drivers don't want to drive, then the people using the app aren't going to try to hire a car on Uber because there's no drivers available, right? So that's the network effect, right? But once you reach a certain tipping point, then it becomes so powerful that it's always ubiquitous, and then people are going to continue to be sucked into that protocol. So that's what Ethereum has over all these other protocols. Because it's older, despite it has worse technology potentially than Cardano or Polkadot or one of the other ones, right? It has worse technology, but right? Worse technology, but you know, it has that network effect. It has that legacy presence. It has all the coders and developers already working for it. They're familiar with it, right? There's something, if you've ever talked to a coder, right? If you ever talk to a coder, if they grew up using Java, they hate C++, right? You know, if they grew up using, you know, if they only know how to use HTML, they're not necessarily going to code websites and build websites. You know, they're not going to necessarily want to get into the, you know, C# or something else, right? When these coders like something, they're human beings too. Hey, guess what? People are humans. Who knew, Andy? People are humans. They get used to something, you don't want to change, right? And that's with Ethereum. A lot of the good coders are with Ethereum right now. And there's only a certain amount of coders who are on Ethereum and they who know how to do blockchain stuff, cryptocurrency stuff. And if a lot of them are using Ethereum and they're familiar with it and they're comfortable with it, if Ethereum upgrades itself, then it's going to continue to be used, right? Am I in finance or coding? Says Kenny86952. Busy Maha. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. I work for a real estate development company. So, and I work as an analyst and asset manager. Essentially, that means that I have to analyze markets. I have to analyze real estate markets. I have to analyze real estate deals. I have to analyze the companies that are trying to go into our deals, like lease space from us. So that is my background. It's kind of in that aspect of finance. Yep. What time is it there? It is 10:50. It is 10:50 here. Thoughts on Anchor? So low, worth getting, says Count Blackhawk. Count Blackhawk? I don't know about Anchor, my friend. I am sorry. I know you've been asking several times. I saw people talking about Anchor for a lot. I don't know anything about Anchor. So, ANKR, I don't know. They have different uses. Bitcoin isn't really good for anything, even though it's valuable, says Chris Orbach. Yep, you're right, my friend. You're very, very right. Okay, gosh. Lots of information here. Okay, oh wow, maybe dim the lights a little so it's a chill live. Busy Maha. We gotta have that good lighting, right? We need to have that glow still. we've got 10, 15, 20 more minutes here, so I'm gonna try to keep answering questions that we can. Hi from Sweden, thinking of buying Ether today, still going down. Kiwi Fruity, I don't know if it's gonna continue going down or not. Obviously it's already bounced back pretty heavily from where it fell. It fell to below 2,000 earlier today. Is it going to continue to fall? I don't know. It's been bouncing back and forth. I would say I honestly bought Ethereum at 2,400, which is right about where it's at right now. I bought that earlier this morning. It's not an awful time to buy if you just believe in Ethereum in general, right? Otherwise, you want to set a limit order and you want to figure out at what price you want to be buying in at. And that price is just kind of more, it's a mix between analysis of looking at, hey, what have the moving averages and all that kind of stuff, what is that looking like? And it's a mix between that and a gut feeling. That's the thing about investing, is that, you know, me and you, we don't have all the information and the technical data and the infinite computers and the computer algorithm models and the AI and the bot and the big data in order to like know and price predict everything, right? So all we have is basic charts and our gut intuition, right? It's why typically it is hard for the regular trader to win. It is, and the regular investor to win. There's no doubt about it. We are almost never going to make better gains than the guys who have 5 monitors and have graduated from MIT with a degree in computer science, and they built code to do this like financial transaction stuff from the time they were 10 years old, and they're just like a super math genius. It's like, are you gonna beat that guy in trading ever, or knowing a certain price ever? No, there's just no way. It is impossible. You cannot beat them. But that doesn't mean that you should be completely discouraged from investing at all right? We can still make advantages and try to get in where we can. But that's kind of what I would think about that. Thanks, so true. Yeah, you're welcome, Kiwi Fruity. Thank you from calling in from Sweden. I think it's early there, right? Buy Ethereum when it's down in price. As Subrivers do, it's like, you got the money. It's not a bad time. It's really not a bad time. It's really not a bad time. So, do we have what do we have here? Real okay. Real KO, I'm saying Rico 11. Sorry, a lot of letters. Sent the rose. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate you, my friend. Been holding XRP for so dang long, LOL, bitching and fishing. Hopefully you're up, right? Hopefully you're up. Crypto crashing in the summer, Gilo NL. We're currently crashing right now. We are. That's absolutely true. Someone asked. Let's see. Someone asked foreclosures after June. Daniel Varmaz, I'm not sure about foreclosures. Foreclosures are very different from evictions. Foreclosures, and this is just to understand the real estate market a little bit. Foreclosures, there have been, I think they're still providing mortgage forbearance until like the fall for federally backed loans. So foreclosures only happen on loan properties. It's different from evictions. They just lifted. Well, they didn't lift the federal eviction moratorium, but a federal judge ruled against it, and most people are evicting tenants again for non-payment. Let's see. Worst crash since 2013. Annie called the doctor. You're absolutely right, Annie called the doctor. It is the worst crash since 2013, but that's why, hopefully, best buying opportunity since 2013, right? This stuff doesn't happen very often, and this is why we're trying to figure out. For those of you who are in the chat and learning about cryptocurrency and not comfortable, don't buy. Do not buy if you're not comfortable with it. If you don't, but it's never bad to get started with a little bit that you can afford to lose, right? If you're sitting here and listening and you're on the sidelines about investing right now when you're seeing that it's down, right? And okay, it's down 40-50%. I know that it's down 40-50%. Should I be buying in? I don't know. Well, consider buying in for $100, right? Something that's not going to hurt you. Something that you can afford to lose. If it goes to zero, sucks. I lost $100, but it's $100, right? Hopefully that's not something that's going to make or break you. If $100 is going to make or break you, you're not going to be able to pay your utility bills, you're not going to be able to feed your kids, please do not invest that money. You better hold on to it. But otherwise, I think for most people, $100 is not going to absolutely destroy you. So if you're on the sidelines, you don't know, you're sitting here, is it a good price? Is it a good price? He's like, I know it's down from before. Put in $100. Put in something small. Just get started, right? Break that emotional barrier, psychological barrier in your head. That's a lot of what we talk about here, right? Is breaking through that psychological, emotional barrier in your investing journey, because that's the hardest thing. That's going to be the hardest thing for you to break, to overcome your own abilities, the own limitations as a human being, that you are emotional, you are not fully rational, and it's hard for you to make decisions. And I say you, I mean me, I mean everybody. Right? We all, it is the blessing and curse of being a human being is that you try to be rational all the time, but a lot of times you make silly emotional decisions, right? That you may or may not regret later. Anyone who has ever made a decision that they regretted later is like, why did I do that? Because of your emotions, right? That's part of being human. That's not a bad thing. It is just an is thing. So you have to be able to control that, and breaking through and starting to learn about investing, one of the greatest things is to just do it. Close your eyes. Do it with a small amount of money. If Bitcoin falls, let's say you buy Ethereum right now. It's 24.71.19 right this second. I'm sure it's going to go up and down as soon as I say that. Let's say it's 24.17 right this second. You put $100 into there. Okay? Let's say it falls to $2,000. Like you've lost $20, right? You've lost 20% or so, right? It's fine. It's fine. You're going to be sad. You're not going to be happy, but that's not the end of the world, right? And so but it might go up too, and we know that it's, almost 50% off of its peak. So that's just something to consider if you are on the sidelines. I think right now we are in a great buying opportunity. Everyone, if you haven't bought anything, I would recommend you buy $10 worth. Gosh, it's like just see, right? And because that's gonna go into your memory bank, and you're gonna be like, okay, this is a piece of knowledge that I can add to my investment journey. I made this play based off this information, and I'm going to see how it plays out into the future. Was my information right? Was my plan correct? Should I have done something differently? That's all sort of analysis that you're going to be able to do into the future, but you can never be able to self-reflect and make that different forms of analysis if you don't get started, right? That's what we hopefully can do here. You have been in crypto since 2016. This is the start of the bear market. Buy more link on Black Friday. Uh-oh, buy more link on Black Friday. I hope not. I hope not. It might be. You might be right. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So I don't think it is. I don't think it is, but you have more experience than I. I have not been in cryptocurrency since 2016. But based on what I've studied, I think that this is kind of a normal correction. And also, this is what I've been saying before. Bitcoin in 2016, cryptocurrency in 2016 is very, very, very different from cryptocurrency today. And you want to always get away from saying, oh, this time is different, this time is different, this time is different. When you say this time is different, oftentimes that gets you in trouble because you're like, haha, we broke through into a new paradigm. The investment has changed. Money has changed forever. This is the future. This is nothing ever is going to be different ever again, right? You don't want to say that. You don't want to put yourself in that scenario. Busy Maha, thank you for the roses again, my friend. Thank you very much. You don't want to get yourself in a position where you're saying that. but, right? What was I going to say? You don't want to get yourself in a position where you're saying that, but there are genuinely some things that are different now than in 2017 for cryptocurrencies, namely how much institutional money is behind it, which is, I think, even if it is a bear market, even if this is a major correction, even if it falls a little bit more, there is a much higher support floor based off that institutional money than there was before, right? Cardano will be able to migrate Ethereum tokens soon, Chris Orbach. Oh gosh, that I hope so. Did I record this for YouTube, Cutie Cute? I did. This is recorded for YouTube. For those of you who are coming in and joining them just now, I record these for YouTube. My channel is Gen Z Rebuilds on YouTube. I have my last fives recorded and uploaded in my YouTube channel. I just literally not published them because I want to put timestamps in. I don't have time to put in timestamps. So if anybody had time to sit through my lives and put in timestamps for me, that would be appreciated in the comments. But anyway, I have not made them live, but I'm literally recording this video right now. Look. There's me. There's me. That's incredible. I'm recording it on my computer. Anyway. Your friend mines Ethereum and used it to buy Bitcoin. Rico 11. That's so fun. That's very fun. If I had $10,000, what would I buy? Said Richard Bolanos. If I had $10,000, dude, I mean, guess what? I'm a real estate guy. I would tell you if you had 10 grand and you could afford for financing, I would tell you to buy a rental property. and hopefully be able to move into it and rent out other rooms, or rent out, if it's a duplex, rent out another side. That's what I would tell you 100% every day. If you had $10,000 or more, you had enough to save up for a 3 to 5% down payment on something, that's what I tell you to do. If you're talking about cryptocurrencies and stocks, otherwise, right, I'd be investing, I would invest some of that money in the S&P, right, something safer, maybe a quarter or so, I don't know, and then split the other ones into, different cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then a couple other altcoins as well. It all also depends on your portfolio. What are you trying to do with the $10,000? Are you trying to become rich tomorrow? Are you trying to, double that money every week? Or are you trying to gain 5 to 10% a year, right? Those are very different scenarios of what you need that money for and what that money is going to be used for, right? If you're later in your life, right, and you don't have as much time, you don't want to do something risky, super, super risky, and potentially lose all that 10 grand, right, when you're going to need it, right? So you want to do something safer when you're older, right? But when you're young and you have all the rest of your life to make money and invest and make mistakes, that's when you take the risk. That's when, you can go more all in on cryptocurrency. Yes, I'm 23, right? Those of you don't know, your boy here is 23 years old. He's not an oldie. So 23 years old. That's why we're still Gen Z. Gen Z rebuilds, right? I'm 23 years old. If I put $1,000 that I saved up into a cryptocurrency and it goes to zero, that sucks. That's horrible for me. But I can afford to do it. I can afford to do it because I have 40 more years before I have to retire, right? I can make that money again. You know, if you're 70 years old already and you put $1,000 and you lose it, then it's a lot harder for you, right? Mickey Presnell, you want higher thoughts on Doge? An oldie, Annie called the doctor. You're not an oldie, Annie called the doctor. All of us here, Zoomers at heart, right? Zoomers at heart. You're either Zoomer in real life or Zoomer in spirit, right? Teaching boomers cool beans, man. Upriver Studios. Zoomers in spirit, man. That's what we all are, right? Keep trying, says Mickey Presnell. You talking about real estate property? Hopefully, yeah. I going back to what I said. It's like I believe in real estate, guys. You're not a lot of the people on the internet and in the cryptocurrency space and the stock space. A lot of them don't talk about real estate because it's hard. A lot of people, when they start hearing me talk about real estate, they're like, that stuff's so boring. I'm never going to be able to get into it. I'm never going to be able to invest in it. Look, real estate is just like anything else, right? It is an investment, it is an asset class. There are certain things that make it harder to understand. There are certain things that make it easier to understand, right? What is a cryptocurrency? A piece of code digitally that you own, right? What is a stock? Technically a fraction of a company, right? Can you touch and feel it? No. Can you touch and feel a house? Can you live in it? Can you have utility for it? Even if the value of the house is zero, you can still live in a house if you own it, right? That's worth something, right? If you own a digital piece of code that's a Bitcoin and its value is zero, what do you do with that digital piece of coin? You can't eat it, right? You can't do anything with it. So there's things about real estate that are both simpler and harder to understand than cryptocurrency and stocks, right? But I do firmly believe, guys, it's like one of the best ways for you to build wealth in this country. It is highly taxed in the United States. It is highly tax advantaged. It is for the legal system is all set up to promote real estate. That's the honest to goodness truth. And at the end of the day, it's like for where you live, you're always going to either be paying rent to someone else paying off their mortgage, or you're going to be paying a mortgage to a bank until you maybe have your whole house paid off. But I don't even know if that necessarily you want something to do it like immediately, right? So you're either paying rent to somebody or you're paying mortgage to a bank. You're paying somebody, right, to live, right? Might as well be paying yourself, be paying down a loan, right? Hopefully. GMO funny. How can you get into real estate? GMO funny. How can you get into real estate? Here's the quick and dirty way. Hopefully a lot of you guys take this advice. If you want to learn about real estate investing, learn from other people who are doing it in your area. That is the best way to learn. And how you do that, you go to your local real estate meetup groups or real estate clubs and real estate investment groups. So I live in Nashville. So if I wanted to find my real estate investment group, I'm going to search Real Estate Investors of Nashville into Google. Or if I live in Toronto, Real Estate Investors of Toronto, or Real Estate Investing Group of Toronto, or New York City, or Muscle Shoals, Alabama, or Louisville, Kentucky, right? Memphis, Tennessee, anywhere, right? You type that into Google and you type that in, and then you start going to meetups. Hopefully, you're protected, right, from COVID, and then you're not going to be spreading it around, and then you're not going to get it, right? Go to the meetup, meet people who are investing in real estate, and talk to them, learn from what they're doing. That is the best way to get started because you can figure out from them exactly how they're approaching their investment deals. What do they do? What do they buy? Why do they buy it? What are they trying to do? How much money can they make, right? And take those people out to dinner, take them to lunch, buy them a coffee, buy them a beer, right? Because if they give you their valuable time, knowledge, and insight, then give them a $10 lunch, right? $15 dinner. Like it's that time you're investing. They're investing their time into teaching you and trying to help you. Hopefully, if you can find somebody that you get along with, to do that, right? That's what I would say. That's what I say there. Without dealing with interest, says Busy Maha. You love to do real estate, but had an issue with interest. Wonder if you can do real estate without interest. Check out Bigger Pockets. Also says living unglued. I absolutely agree. Bigger Pockets is amazing. Busy Maha, love to do. So I'm not sure what you mean by buying real estate without interest, Busy Maha. I'm not really sure what that means. I mean, oftentimes you're going to be buying. If you buy it with a loan, you're going to have to pay interest on that loan almost always, right? So not really sure what that means, right? How did I get into being a real estate analyst yourself, living unglued? Well, I'll tell you guys, and this is going to be a very boring story for most of you, but I'll tell you guys why I'm in real estate. So let's hear why. Why is Andy in real estate? Why does he have all this financial knowledge without dealing with interest at all? Busy Maha, I still don't get it. What do you mean? Why is this guy here? Why does he talk about finances? Why does he talk about real estate? Well, here, buckle in, right? Tuck in for the story time. Why do I invest in real estate? Why is it important to me? In America, and in most places in the world, real estate and living expenses, your housing cost, is one of the biggest expenses that you have, right? For most people, it's like a third of their living expenses every single year. One of the most important things to me is to promote people's financial independence. That is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm doing this on TikTok. It's because I want to help people become financially independent, to break out of a system that keeps people down. Genuinely. And people don't talk about it very much, or at least not as much as it should. And with the internet, with other people doing the same type of work that I'm doing, right, hopefully teaching people about it, that's what we're getting to, a system where more and more people are learning about how to invest, right? So when I looked at real estate, and I really wanted to help with the affordable housing problem in the United States of America. And Rico11, thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. Thinking about America, there's a massive affordable housing problem, right? And affordable housing is not just Section 8, right? Affordable housing just means, it is too expensive for people to live. It is way too expensive for people to live. And if people are spending 40-50% of their paycheck on rent every month, how are they ever supposed to save for themselves? How are they ever supposed to invest in anything and get ahead and, build a nest egg for themselves to retire or to put their kids for college? It's impossible, right? And so because of that affordability crisis, I said, what is the best way to tackle, and help the most amount of people at the same time get financially independent, right? And reduce a major cost in their lives? Real estate. Real estate, if you can reduce those costs, you can reduce those expenses for people. That's what I wanted to do. So I got into real estate, wanted to learn about investing, learn about developing, so I can create more down the line. When I have the money, when I have the resources to do so, I'm trying to create affordable housing. I'm trying to help with the housing crisis, because in the United States of America, your buddy Dom, thank you for the fires, appreciate you, my friend. In the United States of America, we are like 3 or 4 million houses short, single family homes short of the supply that we need to actually fit the market. We are millions of apartment units short to actually fit the market. And at the end of the day, part of it is just a supply and demand problem. Too many people want too few homes. That's why prices keep going up and things are expensive to people. So that's why I learned about real estate and doing real estate, right? So that's how I got into it. So hopefully that helps. That helps you guys know a little bit, right? So, and obviously for myself, right? It's a great way to build wealth. Great way to build wealth, and it's a great way to build everybody up. Busy Maha, thank you for the roses. I appreciate you again, my friend. Right, and I think that's something that everybody should be able to do, should be able to participate in. If people can't afford to buy their first homes, what the heck? Are we never going to be able to have people buy their first homes ever again? Right? We know that it's super heavily tax advantaged, right? And that's not to say that I think that and then we get into the question, is like, should everybody have a place to live, right? And I think the answer is absolutely yes. And then they're like, well, shouldn't all housing be free? Well, unfortunately, in the current market system that we're in, that's just not how it works. Honestly, in an ideal world, everyone could live for free, you know, and then everyone would have food for free, and everyone would have everything for free. I would love for that to happen, man. Like, it's like if I could give up. It's like if someone asked me right now, Andy, would you give up all the house you just bought and the quadplex you just bought? You just bought a duplex. You have all these investments. Would you give all those up if you know, and everyone could have everything they needed to live? It's like I would do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat because I don't really need it. It's like I get that stuff, and you have to accumulate that stuff because that's what you need to live. But if you don't need it anymore, then all of a sudden you don't need it anymore, right? You don't need what you don't need. Anyway, sorry for the rant and the little bit of off topic there, but that's what we're talking about. Busy Maha says some religious beliefs don't allow dealing with interest, so you wanted to know if it's possible. Busy Maha, that's difficult. That's difficult. So I don't know. I'm glad you brought that back up, Busy Maha. I'm seeing that statement there. Is dealing with interest only of you giving out interest, or is it even paying interest to other people, right? Yep, house hacking, living unglued. House hacking is great. That's what I'm about to do with my quadplex up in Madison. That's what I'm about to do in my quadplex up in Madison. First class hero, isn't that communism? I don't know. I honestly, it's like, probably not. Like, I don't think so. Because I don't think that necessarily like everyone having a base standard of living that is a decent quality means that we're in a communist system. I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know. Like, whatever that is what I would like. Whatever you have to call it is what I would like. So that's why I don't know. You bought 3 homes in Idaho in October because everyone's moving to Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho, says Angela Adams 25. Very good. Yes, a lot of people are moving in there. So you are investing in a very good place. Boise, y'all. I went to Boise once, like in 2015 or 2016, like 5 years ago. I thought the city was dead. Apparently, Boise is one of the top real estate markets in the country. Boise, Idaho, y'all. Sleepy little town 5 years ago. So you need a moderator, my friend, says Annie called the doctor. Annie called the doctor. I probably do need a moderator, and I don't know I don't know how that works. I've never really, like, most of the time we don't have that many people in here that I would need a moderator. So I don't know how that would work. If how do you nominate someone to moderate, and even what the rules would be about that. Obviously, my number one rule is like I don't want people to be hating on each other. If there's any hate in my comments, that makes me very upset. The only person who can be hated on this channel, in my live streams, is me. Like, you can hate me all day long. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm very happy and confident in myself, but you cannot hate other people. Daniel Varmas, I learned a lot from you. Thank you, my friend. Chris Orbach says, Cardano is in the final beta testing for conversion. Yes, Chris Orbach, I believe in Cardano, man. Cardano's great. I do totally believe in Cardano. I wish I had bought at $1 like I was supposed to. I very much regret it now. You have someone next to you who's monitoring the chat, Chris Orbach. Someone next to me, like, here physically? There's no way I can have someone next to me physically. Is there someone that is like, can I nominate people in the chat to, like, be moderators? I don't know if people would be interested in that. That's a lot of work, and I don't want to, like, I would want to pay you, like, but I don't have any money to pay you. So that's interesting. Ricky Tiki Fabi, good and helpful. Thank you. I appreciate you, my friend. You've actually made friends with your classmates in here, Andy. Upriver Studios, I'm glad we're providing a community. That's awesome. That's awesome. That makes me very happy. Yes, you nominate people, Andy called the doctor. Living Unglued, have to come up to Franklin and buy you a coffee or meal. Modded various chats and discords. Living Unglued. Yeah, hell yeah, Living Unglued. If you want to DM me on Instagram, I'm totally down. And like, that's, you know, if anybody is looking here to help me out with social media to edit and moderate these videos, because like, I think a lot of these videos that I make on live are very clippable that we could put some sound effects and some text and put into TikTok, so I don't have to like make a bunch of content. I don't have that much time anymore. That's why I'm not making short form TikTok videos. But I need help there. I don't have infinite time to edit and upload all those videos anymore. So open invite. If anybody knows how to do video editing, social media promotion, anything like that, and anybody knows anybody, please tell them to DM me on Insta. Busy Maha, thank you again for the roses, my friend. Please tell them to DM me because I would love to engage with them and see if they could help me out. That would be great. Chattanooga, Tennessee, down the road, neighbor Mickey Presnell. Hell yeah, we love Chattanooga. So my company, we're investing in a building in Chattanooga right now. We love the city. Busy Maha says the interest question goes both ways. I see, Busy Maha, with your real estate and the interest question. Well, you know, I wonder, Busy Maha, and this is something that gets very complicated. So there's a way, and it only happens if someone owns their home free and clear. What does free and clear means? They have no debt on it, right? Theoretically, you could buy a house free and clear. If someone owns a house free and clear, let's say I own a house free and clear, Busy Maha, I want to sell a house to you, but you can't have interest on your loan or on anything like that. Theoretically, that person could sell a house to you just on a monthly payment, right? Let's say the house is worth $300,000, okay? And then they sell the house to you, and it's called seller financing, okay? Where the seller essentially becomes the bank because that house is worth $300,000, and the seller is executing contract with you, Busy Maha, to give you a contract to buy that house. And let's say the monthly payment is $2,000 a month. For however many months it takes to get to the $300,000, right? 150 months, right? So let's say that happens. Let's say we have 150 months of $2,000 payments. That with no interest rate on it. Theoretically, that could happen. Now, would anybody be willing to do that? Probably not, right? So theoretically, what you could do if you found someone who was willing to owner finance it and say, I'll pay you $350,000 at $2,000 monthly payments, you're technically not paying interest, you're just paying a higher price. You know what I'm saying? You're just paying a higher total price, but you're not paying interest rate. So I don't know if that's like a loophole, kind of a scam, but technically you wouldn't be paying interest, you'd just be paying a higher price for it, but zero interest. I don't know. Are your lives regular, Ricky Tiki Fabi? Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 11. I actually probably need to jump off here in just a second, but Monday and Wednesday, 9 to 11 is when I go live. I used to do them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I know Upriver Studios, Annie Call the Doctor, some of you guys who have been here for a while remember me doing that. That was a lot, guys. As you guys can probably see, I'm trying to wind down a little bit. My energy levels is running out. It is a lot of work to be able to be on TikTok and present for 2 hours, guys, believe it or not. And I was doing it 4 times a week and making 2 videos a day. Jeez, I was not sleeping. And I was doing my full-time job. I was not getting any sleep. Anyway, the point is to say here, Monday, Wednesday, 9 to 11. You're really good because you have a great attitude, so you can be huge. Thank you, Chris Orbach. I appreciate you, my friend. Ken looking to get in a VA promoter. Ken looking to get in a VA, unfolding crypto. I'm not sure what you mean, VA, like a VA loan. Upriver Studios, I know you're a promoter, my friend. Look, if you got people, help me out. Let me know. If you got people who are willing to do some work, I need help. And yeah, come on down, buy you beer and coffee in Chattanooga. Appreciate it, Mickey. Yeah, look, everyone, when we do our project down in Chattanooga, we're gonna have an opening day, probably a year from now. I was like, everyone's invited to come by if they want to. Let's see. Is the middle score need to be 620 for above, Daniel Varmaz? You talking about financing? You talking about like your credit score? I'm not sure. There's a couple questions in here. That many days seems like it would be exhausting. Farm Whitefish, it was exhausting. I was dying. You guys can see here, my eyes are getting red. I'm getting tired here. It's only 9:20 here in Washington State. Thank you, Andy. You've been money knowing you. Much love to you, Upriver Studios. Glad you're taking care of yourself now. You call the doctor. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better, right? Listening to reggaeton, play some Gente de Zona. I'm Rod. What are we playing? We're still playing Daddy Yankee. We'll play Gente de Zona next time. Gente de Zona. I love, he says, y'all, it's like, how did this Asian kid from Nashville, Tennessee get into Latin music? I did Latin dance all through college, so your boy can actually dance too, believe it or not. I know we've shared that fact with a couple people before. One of these days I'll post a TikTok video of me dancing. That's I appreciate your comments for a young guy, Summer Girl 369. I appreciate you, Summer Girl, right? Fiverr and similar is good for editors and stuff living unglued. That's true. That's true. I could try to start engaging people on Fiverr and see if they would do, like, I don't know, $10 per video or something like that. I know that's super low, you know, but I don't have a lot of money to pay for that. One of my first investments, once I start making more money, I'm literally gonna hire a full-time editor to help me with this, because I do think that this can be something pretty big, and from the feedback I get from you guys, it makes me really happy that I'm providing value to guys, and the more people I can reach, the better, right? So once I start making money, I literally will hire a full-time editor, pay them out of my own pocket. Thank you for explaining all that. It makes sense, Busy Maha. You're welcome. You're welcome. Have an eventual side product to launch a YouTube channel for health stuff. Living Unglued. That's fun. That's fun. That's very fun. I'm glad you're gonna get into that. Social media is crazy. Busy Maha. Again, greatest supporter tonight. Thank you. That's all I can say. You guys make me very happy, right? Can you buy a house with your crypto gains? Should you pay in full, finance it? First class hero. I think generally you should almost always put debt on your house, because look, if you can afford debt, if you can qualify for it, interest rates right now are so low. What, 3%, 3.5%? Ricky Tiki Fabi, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. Interest rates are so low right now, dude. It's almost free money. It's as close to free money as you can get, right? So I would recommend financing right now if you can, right? It's a different story if interest rates are 10%. But we're not there. We're not even close. Anyway. Congrats from Cleveland, Tennessee. I'm Rod. Hey, Cleveland, Tennessee. Great. Favorite fractional shares program? I just buy on SoFi. SoFi does fractional shares. Extra energy going to Facebook dropshipping. $600 profit in the first 3 weeks. Living Unglued. That's crazy. That's awesome. Got to get the side hustle. What happened to the market today? Says Omiyad Sherazad. Omiyad Sherazad 123. Market today, man. Stocks are down because of an inflation scare. Bitcoin is down because panic selling. Cryptocurrency down because panic selling. That's really the long and short of it. And generally, I do believe both the stock market and cryptocurrency have a way to go up still. We've been trading very, very sideways in the stock market for the last couple of months, as I've been saying here we would be doing, but we are starting to go up more and more, just kind of gradually inch our way back up. So that's kind of what we're at right now. Anyway, guys, I'm half an hour past my log off time. You guys have kept me here. And I appreciate it very much, but that does mean I need to go because there's work I need to do. I need to get up early tomorrow and get it done. So thank you all so much for staying here, for listening in, for being part of the community, the Gen Z Rebuilds community. Zoomers in spirit, all of you, I appreciate you very much. If you guys are just joining in and you missed the live stream, I do record these and upload them to my YouTube channel. I need to just go ahead and make a bunch of them public, and I probably will go ahead and make 1 or 2 of them public today, just so that I can actually say my legit. Thank you guys. Freaky TV Fabi, Annie called the doctor, 313 me. Thank you guys. Dope Koopa just joined. I'm sorry. It's going to my YouTube channel. Gen Z Rebuilds on YouTube channel. I record these and upload them to YouTube so you can get all the knowledge and information there, and hopefully that'll be a good resource for you all. Thank you so much. I will be back next Monday. Next Monday, 9 to 11 Central Time is when I'm going to be here again live, answering as many and all of your questions that I can. Hopefully, we will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for coming in. Busy Maha, take care. Let's have a West Coast festival up Rubber Studios. When I come out to Cali, let's do it. Let's do it. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Be safe. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Let's see where crypto goes. Let's see where the stock market goes. Be very careful. Be on top of it for the rest of the week. And if I need to, something major happens, I'll jump on and do like an